It is the time to cook, grill, get them, the charbroil out, wheel out the hibachi, and boy, do we have a place that you need to stop by and check out. And I'm actually going to go this weekend, and I'm going to go meat nuts.
It's Morganic Meats in Lake Mary. They have a brick and mortar. Now, it's open Tuesday through Saturday because on Sunday and Monday, they're tending to their farm, the Morris family farm. They get all their meats from. All their meat is local. All their meat is no additives, preservatives, super high quality. I'm super happy to have a butcher sponsor now.
Yeah,
a proper butcher
sponsor. I've wanted this for so long. Like from farm right to my skillet. That's what I want, man.
They've been farming in Central Florida for over 15 years now. Every Saturday, they have their burgers on sale. Buy 3, get 2 free. And their famous steak burger. Ask them about it.
Well, that's what I'll be buying because I'm a burger man.
If you want high-quality, local meat, Morganic Meats in Lake Mary, tell them Tom and Dan sent you.
And do what we do with everybody. When you get your meat, snap a photo. I had a buddy do it this weekend. He got a big old bag of these amazing handmade sausages. All he had to do is stand there with his mug, take a selfie, send it to me, and then that way we get to get it back to the family, let them know that you guys are actually listening to us, you're using the meat, you're cooking them up, and it's a win-win. It helps us out a lot.
Follow them on Facebook, Morganic Meats.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I am Daniel.
I'm Tom.
You're Thomas today. And that is Samantha Ann. In the other room is Travasito Bonicio del Butlerosio. That's his real
Del
name.
Butlerosio.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he's Italian.
T to the B's.
T to the B's. Let's get to something. It's Hot Take. What are we doing this for? This is Hot Take Monday. And I'm going to say something because I'm not afraid to say it. And I'm a loose cannon Gen Xer. I shoot from the hip. A lot of people like my style. I could kill somebody in the street out here and people still vote for me. Stand by. Stand ready. Whatever. Stand down. All of it. I'm just going to say something. I'm ready to say it. Crystal Burgers and White Castle Burgers are exactly the same. Crystal Burgers taste exactly like White Castles. White Castles taste exactly like Crystals. There's zero difference. And I like Crystal better because I'm Team Florida.
All right.
There you go. Not afraid to say that.
I agree with you. It's the same garbage.
Does White Castle have other items other than the mini burgers like Crystals does? Because Crystals has like corn pups.
Yeah, love me a corn pup.
You know what I mean?
You got corn pups?
I've never been to White Castle.
Look up Crystals. Okay, we're going to do a comparison right here.
I think they have the same stuff.
I don't think they have any corn pups. I don't think they have chili cheese pups.
I don't know.
I don't think they got any pups.
I think
the pup is a Crystal only thing.
I think so.
I feel like they've all just borrow off of each other.
A&W Root Beer has corn pups. I know that for a fact.
Do they have tots? Does White Castle have tots? Because Crystals has tots.
I don't think White Castle has tots. I think White Castle has fries.
I have a hot take.
Okay. I like Hot Take Mondays.
Oh, do I need to write this down for the best of awards at the end of the year? Because we do have a hot take.
Yeah. Wait, you can put my Crystal one on there.
Your last one was the PTSD spectrum, so let's see where this goes.
I came in light with the White Castle controversy. This guy's talking about real things that make people mad.
Because I don't know, where was that White Castle that they opened?
It's like iDrive, right?
It's an iDrive, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 2 hours for like...
Well, this is my hot take. Okay. I saw on social media a bunch of people posting the car line that was waiting for the grand opening, and they're like, "Look how long this!" And they were driving like seemingly a never-ending.
Yeah, and you could only get you could only get like 50 burgers.
At a time? That's a lot. Only?
There was
a minimum order?
Yeah, it was like two. Like, there were the side I saw, because Scart from the Supervillains went out there with his wife. Mm-hmm. And he did, and I liked his coverage better than anybody's because he had a picture of him, then he had a picture of his wife doing a handstand in a split. Like, it was awesome. Yeah. I was like, that's how you advertise. This guy's got the goods. So shout out to Scart.
Well, now that I know I'm going to back it off a little bit.
No, it's fine.
I'm about to go. He'll never listen.
He just likes I think he likes the nostalgia. I think he's a White Castle guy, and I don't fully understand it. I don't get it. I don't see how different it could be from a Crystal Burger. I don't get any of it.
I understand the nostalgia, but my hot take is this. all those people in the line, right?
You can only get 50 burgers.
And the line was out, like you said, 2-hour line. If you waited for 2 hours.
It's longer than 2 hours. The sign that I saw was 2 hours from this point.
Right.
50 burgers per person is all you can get.
Only
50 F you.
But also, who is waiting 2 hours to get White
Fast
Castle?
food, yeah.
Like fast food.
People that love the nostalgia of White Castle. They ate it with their dad. Their dad's dead. They're like, I remember my dad.
Just like you said, the Crystal Burger's the same.
It's the same.
I can understand.
There's no difference. I don't know. Somebody tell me the difference. I think Juan called in one time.
Yeah.
Grady Season said that Juan called in one time and tried to argue this. But I have learned the more I talk to Juan, and there's another hot take. The more I talk to Juan, the more I think Juan and I are a little closer in intelligence. I used to think he was like this super smart, like super mega genius. I talked to Juan a lot this weekend.
The balloon and now this.
Yeah, I was at a birthday party with Juan and talking to him for his son celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, Teddy. And the more I talk to him, I'm like, wait a minute. We're more alike than we are different. We're all in this together.
So, but I could understand if White Castle came to town and there was no other version of the tiny burger with the steamed bun available anywhere, and you wanted to wait for 2 hours because you're like, I haven't had the tiny burger steamed bun for years, and I'm going to wait 2 hours. But when there's a Crystal down the street that does literally, like Daniel said, the exact same thing,
fast,
then there's no excuse to wait for 2 hours.
No.
And nostalgia isn't an excuse either, because the same GD thing is a Crystal.
Is there any food that you would wait 2 hours for?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just... There it is. I got a tiny butler left. Tiny little butler left. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to... Okay. This is a scenario. I wait for 2 hours.
He's hungry.
Let me tell you, it's a hot take Monday.
So if I moved to, let's say, North Dakota, right?
God.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lived there for years, right? I'm a roughneck. I work on the pipeline. Right?
I have a high school friend that actually did that.
I know someone else.
I'm starved and I need the only food that can give me diarrhea quick.
And so
where's a White Castle?
I'm on the pipeline. I'm working there. It's North Dakota. I'm eating whatever the hell they have up there. And then all of a sudden they open a Publix. And I feel like to get a Publix sub, because I know I imagine there's other sub shops
exactly
that are in North Dakota that are
all you have to do is tell them
Subway.
All you have to do is tell them put the toppings on like a D head, because that's
Subway,
what Publix does,
stinky
right?
Subway. But
you go, hey, when you put the pickles on, Publix back home, they like to put so many pickles on it that I'm just eating a vinegar bread sandwich. Can you give me that, please?
I just feel like that the nostalgia of that mixed with how, I mean, pub subs are pretty unique.
They are.
There's not really, like, I wouldn't.
They are. The stale bread.
While like even mom and pop sub shops are not like Publix. Yeah, they're unique. Whatever it is, it doesn't mean better or worse.
No,
I'm saying unique.
It has a, like, I can spot
Maybe I would do that.
You could wrap a Publix sub in any other. You could wrap a Publix sub in Firehouse wax paper, and I'll know it's a Publix sub. But Crystal Burger, I could take a Crystal Burger out of the little cardboard and put it in the White Castle cardboard, and no one would know the difference. That's the difference.
Maybe
that there is no difference.
Even if you had some White Castle purists.
Oh man, got it on the mind. Yeah,
that could argue the minute differences between a White Castle and a Crystal Burger. They're still so similar that they're 95% the same, and therefore you cannot wait for 2 hours because of nostalgia.
Right.
If the same GD burger,
we're doing the comparison thing again, and he's right. Yeah. Crystal to White Castle is so similar that there is no reason to wait. But Pizza Bruno to Papa John's is so completely different that you have to go with one or the other, whatever your palate or monetarily what you Is that a better example?
I would argue that like there's not really another pizza place like even a Papa John's that I could, because it has some of their like a signature style to it.
Papa John's, like I can look at it and I can say that cheese looks plastic. That like
They got that dry dough.
that dry ass dough. Yes,
So you,
man. You wash your car with that.
So
thing.
even that,
I'll eat it, but
Soak it in garlic sauce.
I'll take you waiting in line in your whatever place you live in that like a local Papa John's open and you haven't had that in years. Like that, that I'll take because it's like, well, there's not really any fast food pizza.
DeLand, the pizza place, Tom's.
Yeah. There's
the little mom and pop. It's not the best pizza in the world. I think they'd even tell you that, but there is nostalgia flavor in it that when I eat it, it lights me up, man. It gives me chemicals in my brain that make me happy.
Yeah.
And
it is.
And I wouldn't wait 2 hours for it, but I would drive 45 minutes. I'd drive to DeLand for it for sure.
But there's not a pizza that's like
not even close.
Dan's that's right across the street.
I wish. I'd eat there all the time.
That is exact same ingredients, the same style. Because then that's what we're telling you. The Crystal is the same damn thing.
Well, I think we did a nice job on this today.
Right.
I'm actually proud of your explanation.
There's nobody can argue against this, I think. I mean,
well, they're going to want to, but they'll never be able to get like enough ammo.
The argument? Okay, Samantha, look up the argument because I'm sure there's people that have debated this, and there's something like, what's the difference between White Castle and Crystal Burger?
Remember, it had something to do with the onions.
And by the way, me and Daniel have had both. We've had White Castle and that trip we took in the tiny
Mini Cooper up
to Chicago.
It was a Fiat. We had a Fiat.
Oh yeah,
we're in a tiny little Fiat. We're dressed in all purple. Look like two rodeo clowns.
It appears the biggest difference is that White Castle, their burgers are steamed and have a uniquely soggy texture, while Crystal is a miniature version of a traditional burger. Like
a soggy burger? Sign me up.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I remember we were talking about it, and we were like...
It's meat, onions, and cheese with a little squirt of mustard and a pickle on it. It's the same garbage.
Maybe the tiny meat square is a little softer because it's not grilled or steamed, but it's like...
Are you checking the texture of your meat square with your tongue while you're eating it? Nobody is. Even people that love White Castle are not biting into it and going, oh, that's that good soft meat square I love. You're a liar if you say that.
Yeah. It's so similar that it can't be a huge deal that they're now in Florida. You know what I'm saying?
It is though.
Wawa,
it is a huge deal.
I give it to Wawa because I kind of screamed the same thing. Remember when Wawa first opened their first gas station and everybody from up north?
Now it's the Buc-ee's.
Oh,
Daytona, everybody's freaking out about.
You know, you can buy a pajama suit that looks like...
You can buy everything.
Well, they have a Buc-ee's pajama suit that looks like the beaver that you can buy and wear.
We need to talk to Cadillac Pat because he was at Buc-ee's. He was freaking out. I'm telling you, and he sent me, he's like, have you heard about Buc-ee's? I'm here. And it's like, it's a phenomenon. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm like,
what are you talking about?
We're talking to him soon.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to him about Buc-ee's because he sent me a picture of it.
We should send him out to White Castle because he will stand in line because he's that crazy.
And he'll get attention.
Is there still lines?
We should send... Oh, my God.
Yesterday there were still lines.
Scart was in the line, I think, for 2 hours with his wife. I never found out if he got his hamburgers. I hope he did. I hope he didn't get up there and they're like, no burgers, buddy.
I give a pass to Scart because he's high and he's got nothing else to do. So that I give him. But other people,
he's a pot-smoking reggae musician. He hates White Castle. Are you crazy?
Yeah. I give only Scart. I give a pass to. Everybody else, shame on you.
Scart approved.
Yeah, you are shame. You should feel shame. Scart's fine. It fits his brand.
And I think the only way he got his wife to go, didn't he say the only reason he got her to go is because they had vegan options?
I think
that was his post.
Yeah, it's
he's a funny cat.
So it makes sense they put it over an iDrive, although it is weird because it's for tourists. I guess the tourists are used to White Castle, so they're like, oh, let's go to White Castle. But
seems like I would be different if I came here and it had White Castle. I'd be wanting to try Crystal.
Right.
Yeah.
And we closed a lot of our Crystal burgers down. You know, we've closed some of those because COVID got them bad. You know, like who knew that it would hit them so hard? And then we're getting Bojangles back. 6 years ago, we lost all our Bojangles.
So odd.
Yeah, we lost them all. And I love Bojangles. I used to like their...
I snagged some when we went up to Asheville a couple of years ago because I was like, I haven't had Bojangles in years.
It's solid. I like it. It's very similar to like a Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. And now we're getting them back.
Every once in a while, and I don't do it too much because I'm trying.
You're a lot healthier now. Yeah, we don't.
To not eat
did you
fast
see
food
this picture Tracy sent of me? Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
I have to put this up for the listeners on Twitch.
There was a time we got big fat.
No, you guys, I'm mad at you guys.
You've been making jokes lately, Dan, about calling yourself a potato, but you actually do kind of look like a potato in this photo.
Oh, I know, 100%. 100%. I deserve every
potato with a button up.
I just deserve every minute. Oh, hold on, I'm going to the wrong button.
By the way, I laugh at all the Butler photoshops.
Oh, they're great. TD Travis.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Hold on,
you also look hammered.
well, there was a rough.
We were eating,
look
drinking.
At that.
Woo!
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, have mercy! Look at that chubster. My God, how fat I was! My God, that's terrible.
Yeah, what was that?
That was only 4 years ago, dude. 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years is a long time. That's how long it takes to get a degree.
I was 40 pounds heavier there.
40 pounds?
40 pounds. I've officially lost 40 pounds.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think I must have been around 220 at that.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah. It sneaks up on you.
Oh man, it'll get you bad. It's coming to get you.
You know what's weird? I was thinking about today, and a lot of people have been posting about this, but I haven't had a cold in a year. Like nothing.
I wonder why.
I know. Nothing. Like not any sickness.
I kept getting COVID though. Over mini COVID. But I called them COVID juniors.
But you start thinking, you're like, wow, that's odd. And I don't know if that's. I feel like a lot of people had that same experience where like they haven't had any, haven't got sick in a year because of all, everything.
But
wearing a mask
because
or just being cognizant of like, oh.
But I wonder if because we've isolated ourselves and we've washed and we've like almost like hygiened ourselves, if we will pay a price like once we're a little more open because our immune system from being shielded dipped.
I don't know.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know. I think it may take longer than just a year. Like, the human body works pretty slow, so it takes a long time to build up immunities. I don't think you'll lose them just in a year. But yes, I do. Like, obviously, you need to be exposed to stuff to be able to build your immune system, and it may have an effect. But I don't know if it's going to be like a dramatic deal where all of a sudden our immune system is like somehow really weak just because we haven't been exposed to germs in a year. Although, like, it's not like I've been hiding in my house. I went to Colorado twice. We've been to work every single day. Like, we go.
I go to Publix every day.
Yeah. I never stopped going to a grocery store.
If I wanted to get it, you would have imagined I would have gotten it.
Yeah, but it's just like you go through you're just more cognizant of like, hand sanitizer stuff. Like that stuff works.
Yeah.
Who
knew? You know what I don't like about it?
It is
science.
I wish it cleaned my hands though. You ever use hand sanitizer when you have dirty hands and then you just have dirty hands that are like sanitized? I don't like that.
Okay, yeah.
It's not. It doesn't sit right in my brain like that. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, I meant to tell you this too. Talked to my wife last night. You had asked me what my end game was going to be for growing my hair longer.
Yeah.
And I figured it out. And it's a joke. I'm doing a joke gimmick. I want to see if I can go shave sides ponytail. End game. Joke hair. 2021. Daniel,
I'm for it, but I don't
shave sides like I work at a wing house. And I'm back there with the big metal bowl and I'm tossing the wings.
I'm into it. I think you should do it.
Sam said I should do it. My wife even agreed I should do it. The only two people who are trying to talk me out of this are Tom and my daughter Maisie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you're doing it. Just make yourself look like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's for comedy reasons,
it's for comedy reasons.
Then I'm all for it. Although, I feel like once you go to John the Barber and tell him, I already told him. Did he refuse to do it?
No, he clowned on me.
Okay, but he said he'll do it, right?
Well, I mean, it's my hair. I guess
it grows back. It's fine.
But I told him that I want to I just want to stop. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, listen.
I'm just over it, man. Maybe I'll go stooge first for a little while. What if I did what Dan Cummins' son did and get a bowl cut for a little while and just rock all comedy haircuts?
You got the perfect
butt cut
job and position because,
No, we're on the camera every single day.
Yeah, but it's for entertainment. Who cares?
That's
right. I hesitate.
Ooh, you should do inverted mohawk like the guy from Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, the hawk and animal? So I buzz down the center and just leave the sides? Okay.
Do it.
That's called the Kevin from The Office.
Because you don't have to like meet with any clients or like make them have any sort of trust in you. You know what I'm saying? Like
You're right. That's not really what I do.
You could do whatever you want and no one will care because everybody will just laugh at it or whatever. Like who cares?
But if the clients do say something, do you already prepare a statement? Do you say things like, "Oh, he's crazy"? Does it come up?
They know. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's for the entertainment." I'm like,
they know.
That's for the thing. They don't like it as long as it works, you know. But if I did it,
sometimes I pop in
like I'm not giving you a check because you're gonna Oxycontin or whatever. I have to be a polo and have my pompadour.
Yeah, also Oxycontin.
It's all for
levels
facade.
It's on the spectrum. It's on the Oxycontin spectrum.
People want you to bring back the rat tail challenge.
Yeah, I kind of
no, I'm not doing it.
No,
I want to
put his foot down.
Look, I'm getting
stole $1,000.
You are kind of getting rat taily back there.
Look at that.
You got a bushel.
I got a little thing going here, man, and I think my wife's a little into it because she started fluffing it at the DMV today.
Just let it go.
I have to take her to the bathroom at the DMV.
God,
balcony bingo at the DMV. Oh, everybody at the DMV today was stupid. By the way, if you saw me and you listened to the show, you're dumb. Everybody in there was dumb.
The people, the customers?
The people working there are great.
Yeah,
I go downtown. They run a very tight ship. They text you if you don't return in 2 minutes. They say you missed it. You're out. It's very, very tight. It's
usually, if you're at the DMV, it's kind of like it vets the dodos for you. I end up there a lot. I'm one of them. Is because you're bad at life and you miss something you didn't do. You didn't do it online or over the mail or you didn't do anything responsible. So you're like getting something reinstated, buying a jet ski tag, like all these, like your license got suspended, you forgot to renew, like all
you
these
things. You want to hear one?
And that's the reason you're there. So you look around, you're like, I'm with my people.
You want to hear
one?
I do. I heard multiple, but I saved two. One I'll say on Friday for the Freddie Free Show. You can listen to that on Friday. It's completely
I'm surprised
uncensored.
you guys are there. Like, what happened?
My mom's park model. Because it's a single wide, you have to get a tag on it. You have to get a registration.
Okay, the trailer. Every once in a while, the Dennises have to get a trailer tag.
Every once in a while, we have to venture out into creature land.
But it was for a vacation home, but it's still a trailer. So it's
not classy, not that classy. But this guy said, my motorcycle, I need to get my motorcycle registration renewed. I know that it's lapsed and I'm on it today, but I have my registration. It's in storage. I lost it. It's in the storage unit. He just can't find it.
Oh, yeah. Lots of that.
Yeah, lots of that.
Lots of I can't find it.
Yeah, lots of I lost this, reinstate this, I'm getting this, trailer tag, boat tag, this thing, I was suspended. That's all. Like, I'll give it to the employees that work there.
They were so calm. They're so calm.
I don't. There must be a high burnout period. Like where
most of the ladies we talked to had been there for 15 years. Like there's no turnover
because nobody's got the right paperwork. Nobody's prepared. Like it's just they're dealing with a bunch of me saying I don't know where this is.
Yeah, but they just act like old grannies, and they're just like, well, I'm sorry. If you can find it, you can just come right back. They're just nice.
Yeah, you have to have a certain demeanor.
You do. I couldn't work there. By the way, no men work there. You want to know why?
Oh,
just think
no
about
patience.
Not just exactly. Yes. Think about it.
Yeah,
they can't do it. No men work there, and Andrea said that. She goes, "You notice
fights at the DMV."
No, Andrea said
you'd be like, "You idiot! Why don't you have your stuff? You knew you were coming here."
Kill you.
I ended up talking to myself. By the way, you're like, "Why did you come here with nothing? Like you didn't bring your."
It was funny though.
Registration, everything's lost. How do you live?
She pointed it out. When you look around, it's like all of these ladies. They're all about the same age, and they're all hyper organized. And I'm like, "Yep, you have to be that lady to work here." And you'll work here until you die. A government job, and you'll be there 20 years. Because you're good at it. You're built for it. We got to,
You bought a 2017 Ford Escort for $1? It's impossible.
Bye-bye. Welcome back to Wait, Do Tell Me. I am Dan.
You know what? This may be a hot take, but I hate that show.
I know you do. That's why I said it.
And I like NPR. When that show's on the weekend,
it's too fun for you. It's like a lighthearted fun show, and you're like, this guy sounds too happy, and I don't want to know which state has the most mockingbirds. Because that's what they'll do.
Yeah. Everybody's having too much fun.
Alabama. Wait, what channel is that? Because I'm going to have to tune in now.
Yeah, Jana knows it is Alabama. How did you know that?
Ramajamma Yellow Hammer.
Ramajamma Yellow Hammer. I think we just. Stop Asian hate. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I was just saying that. Jana and Jason Shelfer are on the line with us. How you guys doing?
We're great.
We are awesome. How are you guys?
You know, Tom is a little bit happier. I don't know if you can see in his eyes. But this man has been walking to Publix daily, and our Publix is a rich, entitled Publix.
Oh yeah,
and no one we're allowed to go in there with no mask on. Now I understand that globally, or at least most other Publixes,
the Castlemare Publix still full mask, and I'm mad about it because I go in there, I'm like, oh, everybody's still in it, wear it. But the Baldwin Publix, you walk right in, you're free.
Well, we had the vaccine months before the poor people had it.
So you walk an hour to Publix?
No,
and an hour back
into our Publix.
Yes.
He's a pirate.
By the time we get back, my kombucha is warm.
Ever since that land cruise, he's turned into a pirate.
You guys, your land cruise was phenomenal.
Well,
Thank you so much for inviting us.
We appreciate you lying about our land cruise. That was utterly a disaster.
Now, maybe from your vantage point, we thought it was fantastic.
We thought
I don't know.
great.
I don't know if we were allowed to talk about it because some people didn't get tickets because there was limited space. It wasn't like they didn't open up all of Orlando. It was just the Dr. Phillips outside.
Right. We did have to limit it, and we only gave tickets to our VIPs, very very important people and guests of the show, and those that we really truly love.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. We know we saw a lot of pictures that people posted of you guys and, the party and everything. So we appreciate it.
The juggling, I never thought that I would see Tom, you were dancing with a table, a levitating table.
It's gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
I didn't, it seemed
Let's talk about
I had to over-exaggerate because everybody was so far away.
It seemed to you as two viewers there, as two professional...
I thought, why is his zipper down?
That's what. Thank you, Jason and I are on the same wavelength. Why was he getting so frothy and hot and bothered over? Dare I say, not even an Ethan Allen table? You were gyrating. You were kicking.
I didn't know what the plan was.
And your legs are so unfortunately skinny.
Unstable, almost.
Unstable. Yes, that's what I was
dancing with a table.
A lot of similarities between the Kentucky Derby and stuff.
They tested him before he danced at the table, and they found way too much ibuprofen in his system. And it was.
And the other part that I loved, Daniel, I loved when you had the cigar in your mouth, and the guy was juggling and trying to knock it out.
Yeah, and
I found that riveting.
And he hit it one time.
Edge of my seat.
He hit it one time, and I was already so drunk, and my lips were so dry that the cigarette was
the filter stuck.
Yeah, the filter was stuck to my lip like a cowboy had been riding through a desert storm.
I'm just hoping someone still pulls that. I was drunk and he hit it one time. My lips were so dry.
Pull that for a drop. Pull that. If you miss Tom and Dan, you miss this. I had a cigarette.
So
it was fun. We had a really great time, and we loved it.
Oh, well, look at that. When I go to the full screen, it just goes to Jana. It's almost like the computer knows.
So
that's probably the best way.
So besides the land cruise, what have you guys been up to?
What's been going on, guys?
We've been up to a lot.
What does that mean?
Which is boiling bubble toilet trouble.
Well, what kind of trouble can you get into between 4:30 in the morning and 11 at night?
We've been learning to balance. That's kind of what we've been learning to do. Yeah. We've been doing some YouTube challenges. We've been streaking with the cool kids.
Streaking?
Which is this new challenge that we're doing where we supposedly run a mile a day.
Or walk.
Yeah.
Naked?
Tom's doing it and he doesn't even know it.
Hold on. What is this? The streaking with the cool kids. Is that
hashtag streaking with the cool kids?
Yeah, literally, you're just supposed to streak 30 days in a row. So there's really not necessarily a naked component to it. However, we do it very, very early in the morning. We do it when we
so we can
first get up.
So get a streak going is what they're saying. 30 days.
What's that called? Jogging?
30 days of repetition. No, it's a streak. I'm on a streak.
Okay. Sorry.
Wait, have you guys? Have you ever been streaking?
Tom has.
Have you ever done that?
Daniel has too.
I have. Yeah, I used to streak in. I just wear my Doc Martens.
Well,
and one time I jumped through a fire, and if I remember correctly, my pubes were singed.
I feel like it used to be all fun and games, and now it's
now
like
you can get arrested for it.
It's a sexual
misconduct.
Misconduct, some crime.
It's a big time crime now. It's like you got to go register after you get arrested for that.
Yeah. And I feel like if you just like back in there, let me ask you guys this.
Jada's like,
because
I do it all the time.
Yeah, well,
I constantly do it. I answer the door without my pants on. In fact, I'm not wearing pants now.
Well, it's different though, right? Like, for no offense.
Well, we've got Camilo standing right here.
Oh.
The emo.
Camilo the emo?
I'm Camilo the emo. Everyone, let me under these closets.
Hold on, who is Camilo the emo?
Down here.
Camilo helps us.
I am the sound boy.
Our fill in the gap.
Yeah, he's like our
person.
producer. He does it all.
I get Jada coffee right now. She has no pants on.
Is he like?
I'm repurposing Slowpoke Rodriguez, so it won't be racist anymore. It's just going to be a regular white sound guy's name.
Is this a new a student from abroad or whatever it's called, like international?
Our foreign exchange students.
Yeah.
We've given up on foreign exchange students.
Yeah.
We've told you a few of our stories.
We got
right?
rid of all the beds in the house.
In fact, our podcast room is the foreign exchange room.
Yeah.
This was it. This
take
is
that,
where
foreign country.
We took the locks off the outside of the door.
This is the window that our German student tried to climb out of at night.
Yep. Yeah.
We were like, what? And she's
trying to escape.
Hold on, you
Nailed
never
the window shut.
You never said they tried to escape.
Yeah.
You said
I had no idea that you guys are creating human centipedes. People are trying to climb out of your windows.
Put the lotion on this kid.
No. Yeah, no. Our German student, she was a randy.
She was a partier.
Yes. In fact, she
Randy.
asked the principal, like in the first week of school, she was like, "Where's the beer garden?"
Where is that beer garden?
He's in the beer garden. Lady in chair, nail door shut.
The Europeans, they start drinking when they're like 16, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Well, she was 15, so she was getting ready.
Okay,
Yes.
Get her learner's permit.
Yeah.
She was like, I've had my period. Where is that?
That's what I said. I say that every day at 5 o'clock. I'm like, I've had my period. Where's my beer? I like beer.
Oh no.
Me, Camilo.
Me and my friends drink beer. Me and German exchange student Dieter drink beer.
Oh, this is bad. We were terrible. host
It was
parents.
so good that we got to screw up.
But you did it a
else's.
lot, right? Didn't you guys? You guys said you're
we did
terrible.
it
You did it like 15 times or something.
Yeah,
we did it
felt
for
like
two full years.
Yeah, so
And-
15 months.
And we had probably 30 different students from all over the world. Like, we literally have all these. We have clothing attire from we have Chinese clothes.
Don't wear
I don't
'em.
think that's the political correct
But
name.
China.
What were you going to say?
Red and clothes. I heard it.
But it was really a great experience. We learned so much from all of these different kids
These
from all
pants
over
are
the
too
world.
small for me.
But it was a learning experience for
It was
us.
great.
Yes.
I
Jason-
wouldn't trade it.
Jason, that doesn't sound real. You know that doesn't
We
sound
learned a lot.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
learned that we did make a good decision not having kids.
Just admit it. Jana wanted to do it, and you're like, well, okay, fine, whatever.
Out of the
actually
driving.
my
Let's
It was
be
actually
honest.
the opposite. It was actually the opposite. I wanted to actually adopt a child.
Yeah.
And Jason was like, no. I would rather just have an exchange student.
Why don't we do a rent-a-kid program
Yeah,
instead
because
of adoption?
But if you adopt one, you're allowed to nail their window shut.
Yeah,
Right, but you're not allowed to send them home.
No, that's the problem.
That's when you need aftercares, camps, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
In college.
So,
yes. But the first few months, like that we had the German student in particular, I wasn't a huge fan of her. Like we kind of butted heads. She was a very brutally honest individual.
I'm glad you shared
Was that the culture, though?
Yeah.
I feel like...
No, it happened in my buddy Dave. My buddy Dave's mom and dad used to take in tons and tons, just like you guys, all kinds of different kids from all across the world. And there were a few times, and I'm always over there, right, because they were like the hangout people. And since I was always over there, I get to meet all these students. And there were a few times where, and I remember, they had 4 French kids that came to stay with them, and it did not work out well. Just culturally, it didn't work, and the kids were kind of like maybe disrespectful and kind of weird.
Yes, and they come into your home.
It comes across as disrespectful.
And so what I realized, it ended up being a huge lesson for me because I thought I was a communications expert until you start trying to not only communicate with a 15-year-old, but then a 15-year-old from another language, all of a sudden there's those subtleties in communication that we sometimes don't think of, mostly in humor and in our just off the cuff comments.
Yeah.
And I mean, she went to school one day and told her teacher that her host parents make her
eat semen.
Yeah, it turned into like this whole thing.
That's not good.
Yeah, and then we got a phone call, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she talked about how salty it was,
and not
how we are so mean, and it's so fishy. It's just so fishy.
I hate semen,
and she hates semen.
I'm hanging on.
And her host dad makes her sit at the table until it's all gone.
Until it's all gone. I mean, don't waste it.
And we're like,
not a good
what
situation.
are you talking about? It was salmon. We had salmon.
Mr. Schaefer, can you stop by the school?
Oh my God, this is Better Off Dead. This has been Better Off Dead when Ricky and it like, I'll eat it. And she's like, he touches me with his testicles, and she meant tentacles. She meant tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I needed that. That's a good laugh.
I'll have to watch this.
Holy, you haven't seen that movie? Oh yeah, it's
no, but I'm gonna have to watch it.
The principal's like Jana Bananas.
I knew it. I knew it.
I knew there was something.
When I'd hear him on the file, I knew he was a semen pusher.
Well, it's so funny because I had to go. I literally had to argue to get the child accepted into school. Like I had to go down and talk in front of the whole school board and be on the dang television.
You did
because
you had to be on the television.
What's going on over there?
Or whatever it is. So while they're having the school board meetings downtown Orlando, because they're like, no, you can't have an exchange student. We're overcrowded. We don't accept them right now.
Well, what if I feed them semen?
That's right. I was like, I've been paying my taxes for 10 years. I don't have kids. I want to have a kid for a year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so that was just a whole experience in itself to have this very strong-willed German student. And then the next year, I told the foreign exchange people, I don't know if I can handle that again.
We're not doing it again.
And they came back and said, oh, we get you. You don't want a strong-willed person. We got the perfect student for you. And they matched us with an Indonesian girl.
She's a real doormat.
To us, and she was such a pleaser. Like she wanted to please every little. I mean, literally.
We're like, what's your favorite thing to watch? And if we were watching Tom and Dan, she's like, oh, I only watch Tom and Dan.
Wait a minute, I like this girl.
Daniel wants to marry her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, she's older now.
Yeah, very.
She's like a whole teen.
She's 19
I'll
now.
wait.
She's a pleaser.
And so then it became the opposite problem. I'm like, gosh darn it, get an opinion.
Right.
Stand up for yourself. Come on.
Yeah, you don't have to eat salmon with your nose closed. If you don't like it, say you don't like it.
I only eat salmon.
Although I would rather hang out with the pleaser, though, if I had my choice.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
than the German girl
even if you're
telling me
not
how
getting
fat
along,
I am, how stupid I am.
Fat
You
American.
can always say you're not making me happy. Miami, and they're going to cry and leave, and then come back and make it up to you.
You're so disgusting.
Which is what happens.
The pleaser, though, so Carol, the Indonesian girl, we would have, she would invite all these kids from all over the world into our home. And if I said, oh, I really liked the African kid, Domingo. Yeah. I really love Domingo. He's hilarious. Then Carol would start crying and she'd be like, I don't make you laugh.
I'm not.
Domingo to you.
Got to get that girl in therapy.
And again, it was just the subtleties in communication.
But you could keep her on your toes, right? Like you could be like, oh man, I'm feeling like I need a little Diego.
And the floors aren't looking very clean.
Yeah.
Child labor.
You know what? It may be a good idea to just do all of us and no Jason, I'm thinking. No.
And I'm curious to do you have any communication with the parents, or is it just the organization that fits the student with the family? Like, do the parents talk to you or interview, or are they just cool with whoever you end up with?
So in both cases, the parents, they kind of cut them off, and they become your children. You are to treat them like they are your children. We encourage them to call their parents
once a month.
However, Carol's mom didn't speak English, so communication between us and Carol's mom was, we didn't talk to her at all.
Yeah, there's no telling what she was telling
her mom. And then Julia's mom, Julia's dog, they had to put Julia's dog, her childhood dog, they had to put it down while Julia was living here. And Julia's mom
3 weeks into her stay
didn't want to tell her. And so next thing you know, Jason and I are breaking the news to this 15-year-old German.
You'll find out when you get back.
You'll be stepping off the plane and finding that out. Yeah. You're not getting that from me.
Who's in a foreign country. And little things like her wallet got lost, and her mom, she didn't have any money for months and months. It was a learning lesson for all of us.
I lost my wallet. Now the rich white people got to pay for everything.
It's a lot like Bubba Whoop-Ass.
It's a lot like me at a business lunch. Where's my wallet?
Like me in Houston. I'm like, I got nothing, guys. What do you mean it's $180 for 2 beers?
This just shows me, I feel like this has to, Americans are too paranoid and too overprotective of their kids, because I know nobody anywhere that would let their 15-year-old just go to some German family that you didn't even talk to and just live there, and you're like, well, the organization vetted them, I think. Oh, well, they'll be fine. Yeah, they're harder people.
Here's the thing. So when the German went back to Germany, next thing you know, the next year, all of a sudden, our garage door opens out of nowhere, and in comes Julia. I'm like, Julia, you're supposed to be in Germany. She knew all the codes to our house. And she's like, I thought I'd come visit you.
I'm here for a month.
Yeah, she goes, I stay for a month. I drive to Miami tomorrow. I rented an apartment. I'm like, you're 16 years old. How are you going to rent an apartment?
Both these kids are awesome. I'm going to sign up for this.
Yeah, she's already more responsible than I am, because in that culture or where she grew up, it's just harder. It's you're an adult. She's
doing a morning show in Miami right now.
No, all that makes sense to her because she's 16. But when she gets to Miami, you have to be at least 21 to rent a place. You can't use your mother's credit card. You have to have your own credit card. All these things, just the mountain falls down. Mm-hmm. And you realize that none of the rungs of the ladder are glued in.
And you guys had to fix that, right?
And then we would have to pick up the pieces. Oh. And
welcome to America,
there were just all sorts of things. It was such a learning lesson for all of us.
They're used to being able to just kind of get on a train and go to the next country. Yeah. They have their passport. They don't have a lot of that structure in Europe because the countries are so close and they have a transit system.
Yeah. We're nothing like that. I mean, state to state, we're different.
Yeah. And also, it's Miami. You go to Bird Road, you can rent anything you want. They're not asking nothing. You can be a baby, and you can rent a house.
If she still needs a place, we can get her a place.
It's a Miami. But, it's crazy that there's such a difference in your the way you raise your kids and what age you deem them totally responsible. And no, there's probably for sure there's some and Jana, you probably know, in Indiana, there's some farm kids that by the age of 13 they're already working a full-time farm job and can drive. Driving. They can drive and whatever. They have a gun, a sidearm. They're just way more responsible because you had to be, or that's the way their parents are raised.
Kid in
or
Colorado?
You don't get to storm the Capitol in 2000.
yeah, that's true. We'll hold that against you. I will not let you go with your friends.
It's just my sons are going to be so soft and not ready for the world. And it's going to be my fault, for sure. I'm going to be putting a pants on and they're going to go to the prom.
Do you guys have any new adventures planned? Because I'm getting ready to take off for the Dominican Republic soon, and I didn't know if you'd been...
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going for my birthday.
Sister wives.
What are you going to do at the Dominican Republic? Because I've been following you. I've been following your dance recitals that you've been going to, which seems so fun.
It is fun, but I cry all the time. I just go there and cry. It's really not that fun. It's really, if you saw it, it's horribly sad because she takes the stage, my daughter, and I see her take the stage and I cry because I know that I'll be dead soon. And every tear I can feel the time, and the feeling I get in my chest, I can only describe it as a happy heart attack.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's what it feels like.
At least it's in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, and it's in Daytona Beach, which makes it grand. But no, we're going to Nickelodeon Resort.
Dominican Republic.
We're going to the Nickelodeon Resort. So really, not really the Dominican Republic. We're basically going to.
It's
iDrive.
It's cheaper Orlando. Because you're like, get me there, quick, shut the gates.
Yeah, Andrea got this. It pretty much is. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Funny too.
It's get me there, shut the gates.
The funniest thing about this resort, it's the only time you'll ever see SpongeBob SquarePants with an AK. He's literally ready to blow your feet off if you breach the gate. But no, we're going to go there and hang out, and we got the tickets right before everything was closing. We were supposed to go almost 2 years ago. So we'll see how it is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just traveling, just being out of the country.
We haven't traveled in 2 years. It feels...
Yeah.
Oh, well, what happened in 2019? There was nothing going on back then.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, no, we haven't planned anything. We've thought about it. We've talked about it. In fact, after your land cruise, we were like, we need to go on a cruise.
Yeah, we need to go. And we were wondering if there's another Tom and Dan cruise coming anytime soon.
I mean, if you want to be our special guest, we'll get to planning something.
The business side behind that, and I'll just tell the truth.
Yeah, tell the truth.
That the reason we could do those...
Wait, no lie.
I'm switching to lie. Here we go.
Okay. Go in lie mode.
I can switch easy.
It's actually the same answer.
I always have the lie and the truth ready.
Have them lined up.
No, but the reason why we were able to pull off these cruises with so many extra add-ons, like when you went on the Tom and Dan cruise, there's a while you got all free drink package, unlimited free drinks. You got all these things, and they throw in free cocktail hours,
free Wi-Fi, $150 gambling credit,
and then discounts. So it would be cheaper for you to book a Tom and Dan cruise than it would for you to book another cruise because we would bring such a big crowd that they'd give you a deep discount
because they guarantee us more because of numbers.
But now, and Tony Palmiotti, Ahoy Cruises will put all this together. But now, because there's such a surge to book cruises, that 2022 is basically, Tony says, it's impossible to book a group cruise because there's so many people booked for next year, and that they don't even need to offer the incentives that they used to in the past. So we're going to have to wait until things slow down a little bit, but you're going to get that huge surge of people that want to go out and vacation again after they get their vaccine or whatever. So we can't really successfully do a Tom and Dan cruise because we can offer no incentive or a discount or anything.
We could build our own boat.
That's true. We've looked into renting an entire boat, but that's a whole different business. And
then you get everything's a little janky.
Well, it's way more expensive too because it's cheaper to book the group cruises.
Then you get the captain who wants to wave at his girlfriend. It becomes a big mess.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. The fish are still here. Can't believe the fish are still here, and I'll tell you why. We have systematically this morning killed everything in the studio except for the fish.
What happened while I was gone?
A lot. We'll get to that. But since you're here, we're just going to pretend you never left, and we're going to carry on.
All right.
I filled the reservoir up to the, like, I'm not joking. It was
tippy top.
It was above the top. It was that the meniscus. There was a bubble on the top.
Yeah, the meniscus.
Because I was like, this is not going to run out over the weekend. I forgot it was a 3-day weekend, and we were going to be here Monday. It still ran out.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't. No. When I got in here, it was gurgling. Which the fishman, what's his name? What's the new fisherman's name, Butler?
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He's in there smoking weed.
He's like, you have a soft knock for a ringer. I'm like, don't say that.
Yeah.
That's what Butler told the new fisherman.
Yeah, it's
let's do Weird Job.
Okay. Weird Job Wednesday is a go as soon as I find the button, buddy. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by StreamlineFlorida.com. Get your mortgages or refi from them anywhere in Florida. On the line with us, or Zoom.
Yeah.
Every time I say on the line, I sound like an old man radio, right?
I don't even know.
Especially if I'm talking to a social media influencer.
Say. Do they say live via Zoom, or do they just say joining us, or do they even say anything?
I don't even know. We should ask an actual someone who's in this.
We need to find an old teen that we can.
Yeah, I know.
Our guest, Dare, do you know any old teens that we can interview to find out what's the correct way to say joining us now via the Zoom?
You threw her off, Daniel. The whole team.
I'm sorry.
How you doing, Dare?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. So Dare Taylor is on Zoom with us right now, and we're going to talk OnlyFans. We're going to talk TikTok. We're going to talk the world of social media influencer, and which it all describes your job. Correct, Dare?
Yeah, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I do it all, so we can delve into each category if you'd like.
Okay. Oh well, I want to start from the beginning because Samantha told me a little bit about your story, and it's incredible. So let's start where you started in your journey in social media and your career and everything. So let's start from the beginning.
Awesome. From the very beginning, I had a regular person job. I worked at KFC.
Nice.
And it was awful. So I only worked there for 3 months. But I learned very quickly that, like, the regular jobs, like fast food, I worked at a hotel as well, that it wasn't really for me, but I was doing whatever I had to do to survive and make money. And 2 years later, I found myself actually homeless. I got kicked out of my house that I lived with my dad and my stepmom. And that was really eye-opening for somebody who was pretty young and didn't really have a lot of experience. And luckily, I met enough people on my journey that were willing to extend a place to stay, a couch, a shower, and I
so
had a lot taken right away.
Where was this at?
This is in Minnesota, where I grew up.
Okay. So you're in Minnesota.
Also, it's cold, and being homeless, being homeless and hot is different Because obviously in Orlando, like we have homeless people, everybody, you see them. But our homeless always look pretty happy because it's nice outside.
They all migrate towards the beach,
too. They do.
So
like at the end of the day, you can still take a poop in the ocean. That's what I say.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Also, you look at the beach. That's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
So you're homeless now. Like you're just going from friend's house to friend's house. What makes you think about starting like or even attempting to make money off social media? Did you already do social media? Were you familiar with it?
No, social media wasn't big back then. Instagram had just started, and like the term influencer hadn't really blossomed, but there was always YouTube. So I've had a YouTube channel since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've had it for a while. I don't have any vlogs of me in my car or anything like that because I was pretty embarrassed, actually, to be honest, to talk about this because nobody likes to talk about hardship. Everybody always wants to promote the happily ever after, that things are going well. But I basically went from one extreme, working regular people jobs, being homeless, to then kind of building my own empire by utilizing social media and just learning how it all works. So I eventually landed. I lived in Orlando for about 3 years, and I worked my theme park jobs. And I was in entertainment, so I worked at Walt Disney World, Medieval Times, Universal Studios. So I got a good taste of the entertainer life. And people don't make a lot of money being in entertainment. Like you think these big theme parks, all this entertainment, that you get paid really well. And unfortunately, it just wasn't as good as you had imagined. So I started building and creating my own persona online, which it's basically just me. So I just post a lot of myself, and people really liked it. So then I turned it into a modeling career via social media. And then I was able to kind of branch off with that and make other social media platforms grow, like with Twitch and TikTok. So I got really lucky that I started early, is what I basically attribute it to.
So, Dare, I'm curious, like when you started posting, obviously, like you said, you had a YouTube channel, and when did you really start getting traction? Because I think everybody now at this point in time is familiar with social media. Everybody's got an account. Some people try to get more followers, and they just can't do it. I mean, no matter what they try to do, it's like,
Butler's always trying.
It's like, so it's hard to go from zero. Like if you have another platform to promote your social media, that's good. Yeah. Obviously, if you're in media to begin with and you're able to, you get followers, but starting from scratch, how do you build from there?
An ugly and uninteresting person, If you're ugly, you could not. If you were ugly and completely uninteresting, that I don't think you could have not even 2 followers on social media.
Oh, but if you're real ugly, then
then it comes back around. Then it comes back around.
Or if it has to do with looks. I think a lot of it has to do with entertainment value. Because if you think cinematically and in Hollywood, not everyone can play the pretty popular character.
That's true.
Same thing with social media. Sometimes they kind of like to watch somebody who is really funny and just has bad things happen to them at like every turn of their journey.
I know that guy.
Right?
How dare you, Sam? Your first day back? Your first day back!
Almost like a modern day Mr. Magoo. Right? Like a new Magoo.
They're like, look at his unfortunate life.
Tom is new Magoo.
Oh, that should be my Twitch name, New Magoo.
Oh man, totally. You should coin that. See if it's available. Grab it while you can.
I've already taken it. Just like everything. So, but like, how did you start getting traction, and when did you realize, like, oh, this could be a thing? Was it like after the first 1,000 followers, 10,000? Like, when did you decide, like, oh, this is something?
After about 10,000 is when I realized that, like, this is actually a job. Like, this is a full-time thing. Because at first, I was just organically posting every day and just like showing people what I would be doing and how I booked photo shoots. And it just sort of happened organically because I enjoyed it. I really liked helping other models and helping other photographers. So I just kind of put the skills together and kept doing what I was doing, and it was working. like you had asked earlier for any advice to somebody who is starting off, it's really honestly never too late. I think there's this weird mindset about, oh, well, you've had to have had Instagram or YouTube forever. I've seen so many people go viral on TikTok and in vlog channels on YouTube and utilize that success by, really posting hard on Instagram or starting their own website. Like, truly anybody can do it. It's just you have to take the time to make the content and figure out if this is something you want to do daily.
Yeah. Now, just to kind of pivot, but not really, you are the current reigning Miss Bikini model for the United States. That is correct.
Nice.
That is a massive, that is such a massive title to, because
I didn't even know there was Miss Bikini
model. Is that that's the title, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because so for all across the United States, there's one contestant per state that comes to nationals, and there are 3 titles that everybody competes for. So there's a Miss Fitness, which Miss Bikini Fitness is 30 plus. Then there is Miss Bikini United States, which is 18 to 29. And she has to be like 5'7". Like she's got to be pretty tall, lots of legs, which I don't have. And then there's my category, which is 5'7" and under, essentially. And then it's still the same age bracket. So 18 to 29.
Dare, I'm curious of, speaking of turning this all into a business, like me and Daniel, we kind of realized the same that we used to be in terrestrial radio.
Little Mr. DeLand, 1978. Little Mr. DeLand, 1978, sir.
So, and the only experience we have is the podcast business, really. Like, we understand about, marketing and social media and things. But
I don't even understand that.
But in the podcast business, it's kind of similar to regular talk radio and the fact that you sell commercials and you do endorsement spots. And then there's a peer-to-peer or, I guess, Patreon model, if you want to call it, where you have subscribers. We have that as well. And our subscribers pay monthly. But for you guys, and I guess I say you guys in the grand scheme of social media influencers,
sure.
There's a broad way of many different ways of making money. It doesn't always have to be advertising. It could be like OnlyFans, Patreon, subscription model. How much would you say, I guess, percentage wise, your business, the revenue comes from advertising or OnlyFans or Patreon? Like, how is that split up? Not to get too much into your business. I'm in general.
You're good. I actually get asked this question a lot because I work in so many avenues, but primarily a lot of my income comes from Patreon and OnlyFans. And like you had said earlier, every girl kind of has her own journey because there's no real right or wrong way to do what I do. It's just more of you start off somewhere and you kind of see where the journey goes. And if Patreon is something you want to do, awesome. And if you got time for it, do it. I know a lot of girls actually closed down their Patreons, which to me was kind of strange because you would want more streams of income, in my opinion. But everybody does it different and everybody's got, different amounts of time. But those two are the main focus for me financially. I actually make quite a bit off my YouTube channel called Dare Wears, where I actually get sponsors from different popular brands. One currently I have is Dolls Kill, which is pretty widely known. Zaffle Bikinis, because they know I'm the Miss Bikini model. Just to name a few, that they'll send me a box every month where I get to go through and try on the outfits and talk about what things I like about them, what things I dislike. So my YouTube channel is doing pretty good.
That's awesome.
And then I'm just starting to get sponsors for TikTok, which is new to me. Didn't know that was a thing, but they're starting to roll in.
That's cool.
I was going to ask you about that because we just started dabbling with TikTok this year. And
it's a dangerous game, too, because if you let your coworkers view all the videos, it becomes nothing but women putting their leg up and patting their mounds. Very aggressive.
And we're dumb old men, so we're trying to learn TikTok and figure out what the platform's about and
stuff. I don't know what I'm doing.
And I kind of understand in the fact that I see that it's kind of the content is very easy to keep scrolling, right? So I think it's very like free flowing, throwaway. Like people are like, oh, look at that, and just keep on going. And how does the TikTok advertising work? Is it like, I mean, I think you got like 177,000 TikTok followers, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So do like brands come to you and ask you to do endorsement style stuff? Do they just put commercials in front of your feed? How does TikTok advertising work?
So for TikTok, because I'm pretty new to it, but basically what I have seen is that they'll send you, basically like for YouTube, they'll send you their product. They'll reach out to you and say like, hey, are you interested in doing any product review on your channel? Like we'll pay you X amount of dollars to talk about our product. And for some people, if what they do is more skits or joke or comedy, they could try to utilize that in their skits. So that way it seems kind of like a natural flow and it seems like it fits on their page. But for me, I did the TikTok leggings that blew up. So I did like an honest review of what I felt. I was like, oh, I don't like these leggings because of the pattern or because to me it looks weird when your leggings have a butt crack in them, So I gave an honest review on the TikTok leggings. So I have a leggings company that were like, hey, if you don't really like those, would you like to do a review on our leggings? And I was like, yeah, sure. Free clothes. Why not?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily an advertisement. It's more like your content. We enjoy what you make something with our product.
And they don't really have any stipulations on that. Like, they didn't say, like, I mean, obviously they would prefer if you enjoy their leggings, but they also want you to be genuine, correct?
Sometimes.
Gotcha.
I don't take sponsors if they're very particular. And if it's a brand I don't believe in, I personally, like, I don't know if you've seen my Instagram. I don't post a lot of, like, heavily filtered images, and I don't have... I try to really keep things honest just because that's how I am. I like being authentic and telling people what I think and what I feel about things. So a lot of the brands that do come through, I end up saying no to like 80% is what I did the math on, because to me, it's not worth the income to lie to people if the product isn't good or isn't something I would naturally enjoy or purchase. So when brands work with me and when I do sign a contract, it's usually going to be a good review because I've done my research. I've seen if they have a good reputation online, and I've seen that their products have good reviews.
So, Dare, I'm curious because we have a friend of ours' girlfriend just got into OnlyFans recently, and it's brilliant in the fact that you have an audience, and by the way, your audience, were you familiar with your demographic of your audience before you went to OnlyFans? Like, I'm curious in the split of, is it more male or female? Like you market a lot of female products, but I imagine you have a huge male audience for obvious reasons. Yeah. But how is that like? Did you research your demographic before you even got into this?
Demographics weren't a thing when you first started on Instagram. Instagram used to just be like, I was on it the year it came out because I was in I want to say I was like my first year of college. Like it was pretty much ingrained when I was growing up that like, oh, when new things come out, you just jump on them. So my friend actually made me an Instagram. And I was like, I don't know what this is. And all it was just like posting pictures. So checking your like to dislike ratio and seeing how many followers you have, like wasn't a thing when it first started. So checking your reach and like what target audience you have didn't start really taking effect until the whole social media influencer like became a term and it became a job. So for me, I never really like put a lot of weight into, oh, do I have more male or a female, until recently when somebody had asked me about it, just kind of like you did. And I was a little shocked to see that I had like a pretty good split of male to female, because I feel like a lot of my content does cater to men. But ever since I started TikTok, I actually have grown a huge female following. And that's thanks to my Twitch channel, because there's this huge new influx of influencers that want to become Twitch girl gamers or e-girls is what the new phrasing is. E-girls. And I personally don't consider myself an e-girl because I do Twitch just for the fun of it. I don't really make a lot of money on it. I just grew up playing video games. So for me, it's more of a fun kind of hobby, but there's this huge craze and hype behind it. So luckily, my male to female ratio has really evened out. And it's not as imbalanced as it used to be just because of this whole gamer girl aesthetic that everybody wants to now be.
Is it fair to say that like, and this is just what I'm hearing, and Tom, you could weigh in, it seems like you're open to anything within reason, and obviously you draw your lines. I mean, you're your own independent and intelligent woman, but you're open to pretty much anything that could put your name out there, be a potential. I mean, if let's say the Twitch thing did catch on, then maybe you'd know to throw your efforts in that direction a little bit more. So you'll just go in any direction creatively and see kind of what happens. Is that kind of your motto?
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who now does social media full time, that's kind of our job, is that things are going to keep coming your direction. Like, I don't know if you guys know that they're going around and deleting a lot of really popular models on Instagram now because they're violating the terms of service when they're not. And I've been telling a lot of these models that it's kind of our job now that you're on the platform, you're agreeing to follow their rules. You have to bend with the curve. You know, they're going to throw new rules at us and you just kind of have to go with the flow. And honestly, my Twitch stream has kind of taken off. I just am like, like things are going really well, but I don't want to put a lot of pressure into it. But I'm very much so that interested in social media and utilizing it to promote myself, like you'd suggested. But I am heavily invested into acting, which is why I now live in LA. So I'm trying to see if I can leverage the social media person and see if it can help kind of boost my acting career.
100%. I mean, obviously, just the first 2 minutes we talk to you, you can tell you're not a dum-dum. So any of this could absolutely... No, but seriously, it's like I can tell, like, when you start talking to somebody, you're like, oh, yeah, she's business smart. She knows exactly. Yeah. She reminds me of Tiffany a lot. Tiffany, we used to work with a girl named Tiffany. She lives in LA too. But she's the type of person when you talk to her, you're like, oh, yeah, she's a very good business person. I hear that in you. So it's interesting to hear somebody going in all these little different directions, but your passion is the acting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, social media is still a passion, but I've always been somebody who's concerned with longevity. I remember working at Walt Disney World, and I was in my break room, and I was like pretty new, and I didn't really know a lot that was happening. And they walked up to this girl next to me, or no, she came in crying is what it was. And she basically was like, I'm not going to have my job anymore because they're aging me out. And I was shocked because this girl was like 23. And from that moment forward, I knew that this isn't going to last. So I got to figure something out. So I'm always trying to grasp onto something that has a little bit more longevity than the last thing. And for me, I've always been acting. I grew up doing a lot of theater. I did acting for the theme parks. And it's always something that I've had and I've done and I've worked at, but I've wanted to get more into film and television because there's so much longevity with it. Like I always joke around with my friends, like if I'm going to be the old lady who sells dentures, I'm here for it. So I'm very open-minded to the longevity of acting. And there's really no rush. Like I would love to be in something tomorrow. And I'm really excited since now I live out here and things are starting to open up. But I feel like when it's time and when the seasons are changing and it's time for me to delve more into it, I'll know.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's in the other room. The cardboard cutout of Butler's here. Yes. And the fish still dead.
So we have in studio what I like to call the Sanford 3.
Free the Sanford 3.
It's like West Memphis 3.
Don't equate them.
It's the Sanford 3. Paul,
the making of a sunshine bomb.
Paul, Dustin, and Dom is here. How you guys doing?
Great.
Dom took off running.
Bye-bye.
Dom, of course,
his pants off.
It's so high he doesn't know where he's at.
I'm not lying. He's over here taking his pants off.
Every time before he gets here, every time he'll walk in, and then I'm like, did you have to get, don't know where you're at stone before you get
wow.
And then he freaks out and runs away.
Dom's got some tiny white shorts on.
We're talking some 2-inch inseam white painter's pants.
That's why we're jeans.
Tom's got bits now. Well, that's a new podcast. Dom and Tom get high.
Dom and Tom
get high. Short shorts hour. And we just get high in short
for
shorts.
Me, my mom was a Hooters girl in the 90s.
Oh, really?
So
got her own pants.
It's really funny that this is going on because a memory popped up in my time hop today from 5 years ago where it was the day after the hurricane party and a bunch of my friends were in town and we got really drunk.
Yeah.
And we decided to cut our shorts off to like half-inch inseams. So we're at the bar. There's a bunch of dudes with their pockets hanging down below their inseam, walking around at the bar. Probably 20 dudes with cut off shorts.
I like that. I like to have to straddle the seam.
Dom,
I like to have to take the plums and move them to a different side.
Yeah,
I know you're making fun of me right now, but short shorts are free. How good do you feel? Right? I know you feel good.
But you
feel free.
You can't see anything. Yours, you normally can see.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest with you. This is a last-minute gag here.
Yeah.
And these are women's.
It was hard to find true tiny men short shorts.
For the life of me, find grape smugglers. Anywhere.
Tom buys them.
I thought it was odd that she had a pair of painter's pants.
Yeah. My chick is like, dude, are you serious right now? I'm like, sweetie.
Yeah, and
haven't you seen? She doesn't understand.
Didn't you just get engaged?
I did actually.
Yeah, I mean that's not something you want to do. Recently engaged.
That means you can wear your fiance's clothes.
That's true.
These are not her. She could fit into one of the legs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My sweetheart does not wear a 31 in men's. No.
Once you get older, the shorts get higher. You're free.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're free.
I don't even wear clothing anymore.
Okay,
at home.
It's a 32.
At home, I'm nude. All the time.
Let's get this.
I just run around like it's it looks like Charlotte's Web. There's just a little pig running around nude everywhere he goes. I'm just looking for spiders.
I'm a basketball short kind of guy all day.
Let's plug the hurricane party.
We never will.
Because there's lots to talk about. I got to talk to Paul about going to see Joe Exotic's farm.
Joe Exotic's farm.
His tiger compound before he was even famous or whatever. But hurricane parties this Saturday starts at noon.
Yes.
Get your tickets pre-sale. $20 pre-sale. You're saving $10 a ticket if you get them pre-sale.
That's a lot of money.
Drink at westend.com. That's the easiest place to get them, right, Paul?
Yeah. Or at West End.
Yeah. You can go by West End, get a pre-sale.
That's what I like to do. Drop by, have a beer, and get your tickets while you're there.
Take your picture with T.D. Travis, which is still there. Then we got one here. Paul looked at it. There's some sort of
shook his head.
Emotional bond Paul's now having because he has to stare at West End every day.
Is there somebody outside on our patio?
It's Travis.
He's also got a little Tombstone look to him, too. Kurt Russell from Tombstone with the mustache.
Yeah, we bought a lot of accessories. We went up to the old Party City, and we got some stick-on mustaches and Abraham Lincoln stovepipe hat.
So 6 stages. Tell us a little more about how many bands?
So it's like 35 bands, like close to 40.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
40 bands.
Yeah.
So it's basically an all-day event, and all the 6 stages, like... What even fit
2 stages inside West End, our normal 2 stages. We have 2 stages outside, one that's right beside West End and one that's over back in the parking lot. Then we have the Celery City acoustic stage. Then we also added a stage at Tuffy's this year.
Oh, nice.
Our buddies at Tuffy's.
Yeah.
Very cool. At the little music box.
Yeah.
There should be like a drink stand in the middle. If you make that trek, you gotta shots.
You gotta
rent a golf cart.
You could rent a golf cart.
And if you get your hand stamped at each stage, you can turn it in later for a commemorative gift. They're not doing that.
You have to go redeem it at Michael's Memories in the mall.
Yeah, there.
So get your tickets this Saturday, Hurricane Party. We'll talk about it a little more after we talk about Joe Exotic. But
we got to get
Paul,
important stuff first.
I feel like we talked about this before on the show, but it's been so much time. Because I don't remember you telling me about paying the $30 to pet the tiger.
Well, let's not stop repeating ourselves on this show because if we do, then we're kind of
a thing. Yeah.
I remember it was January 2019.
He was with his cousin.
I was visiting my cousin in Oklahoma, and we were riding up I-35, and I see a billboard that says, tigers. And literally, this is like in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's nothing going on.
They must have been filming the documentary around that time, right?
I would think so.
Yeah,
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought I saw you in that show.
I'm not sure if or when Joe Exotic left the or got pushed out or went to jail. I'm not sure what the timeline is on that.
Well, it was soon after that because, like, when the popularity of the docuseries came out in the pandemic, he was already in jail, right?
I think so.
And waiting for trial in October, right?
Okay, this is a serious question. Did we watch the Joe Exotic documentary during the pandemic or before the pandemic?
It was
during.
At the beginning of the pandemic. It was like April of the pandemic.
Okay, because I have no recollection of
I
that.
just
To
remember
me,
it being
like
there was nothing to do or nothing going on, and the entire world watched that documentary.
Yeah,
I think.
it pushed everybody inside. They turned on Netflix, watched Joe Exotic. Everybody talked about it. It was the hottest damn thing on the internet.
It was.
I wonder what the download. Samantha, did they release any information about downloads like Netflix? Like how many actually people saw it? Because it had to have been insane, right?
It had to have been one of their most popular shows of all time.
Now what is there on there?
Well, it's kind of like we're all open, baby.
I canceled it after that.
It's about that time for me too. What else are you gonna watch?
Yeah. So you're there.
I was there. Did the whole tour. I was terrified. It was so sketchy.
Yeah.
And the other part, we ate the pizza that.
Oh no! You ate those?
No.
Oh no!
What pizza?
How was it?
They showed in the documentary they were making pizza with like old
Leftover
Walmart.
food.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, you ate the Walmart pizza,
bro.
Dude,
Yeah, the gross pizza that guy with 3 teeth made. Yeah, no.
It was literally the sketchiest thing I've ever been a part of, and I've done some sketchy.
The pizza was okay. That's fine.
It says 64 million households watched it, but that's people that paid. So there's other people that.
But that's still an insane amount.
Yeah.
Nowadays, for 64 million people to see a show is insane.
That's all I'm ever going to think about when I see you forever now, Paul.
You ate the pizza?
You ate that pizza, man.
It wasn't like it was fine. Right?
And you were immune to COVID,
I hate
right?
to break the news to you, Don, but you've ate some tainted stuff. Too.
Oh yeah.
I've been on tour way too long to not have eaten.
He said to the man in the tidy white shorts.
I was sitting here thinking to myself, how long am I going to let this one play?
Yeah, when you ran off, I was like, oh, he's doing a bit.
I thought you had to poop.
I mean, I told Dustin, I was like, watch this. Next time we go in there, I'm gonna wear some shorts. And yesterday I was scrambling. I can't find any shorts.
I'd have brought you some.
So, Paul, so you're there, and then when did you find out you could pay $30? Like was Joe Exotic giving the tour, or was it some wacky?
I don't remember who was there, who was working, because I had it wasn't like I'd known these people.
Yeah. Just some weirdo place.
I don't remember seeing Joe Exotic because I would have remembered he has a look that you would not forget.
He is a unique individual.
I don't remember seeing him, but when you went and paid your little fee, they said, "Oh, you want to do pay $30 to pet a live tiger?" I was like, "Is that safe?" They were like, "Oh yeah, it's perfectly safe." These tigers were like,
we baited the hell out of them. They're not going to do nothing.
They were already 100 pounds or 75 to 100 pounds. They were large dog size, and they were aggressive, and it was scary.
You're fine, big guy. Trust me. If he bites me, I will shoot his ass.
Yeah, because they're probably like inching into the territory of you're not supposed to pet. Like you can pet baby tigers; they're not as aggressive, but like they become teenager.
But still, if they decide they want to bite you, you're going to...
Yeah, they'll get.
But you can hit a baby tiger.
Did you pet it?
I think I can take a baby tiger.
I was terrified to do it.
Did you take selfies, or did they have?
I do have some pictures. I'll go.
Okay.
I hope in the background there's Joe Exotic putting pepperoni on a pizza. Way in the back.
And when you left, you're probably like, "How is this legal? Like, how is this happening?"
It seemed just, but the safety portion of it, just the way the cages were constructed, I'm like, I could stick my hand through here and this tiger could bite my hand off. There's no safety precautions.
Yeah. That is awesome. That's what America's about.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's what happened. And then, of course, documentary, 65 million, you die in jail of cancer. That's
America.
That's what's going to happen.
He's not dead yet, right?
No,
not
yet.
But he will die in jail of cancer.
He has cancer, right?
Yes.
Or he says he claims he has cancer.
I'm sure he does. So like, what you having?
I mean, chances are, right?
Yeah.
What kind of cancer?
I mean, a lot.
Prostate, right?
That's what gets men.
Yeah. I mean, it could be.
Man, he's not due to be released till 2037.
Oh yeah, die in jail of cancer.
Man, he needs to fatten up too.
It's nuts.
And Carol Baskins is just out there running the streets.
Queen of Cameo, making millions on Cameo. Second only to Kevin from The Office, who spilled the chili on the floor.
Yeah. She's literally a millionaire off of Cameo.
She is literally like right under him. Is like, how much you made? I made like $1.4 million off of Cameo. No big deal. Just tell him, wishing people happy birthday. Could have killed my husband and fed him to a tiger. No big deal. But
the whole country thinks you're a murderer. Doesn't matter, millionaire.
You know what? If the whole country thinks I'm a murderer, all I need is a small crown of flowers. Cameo account. Not a murderer.
Who cares?
Yeah,
you're a millionaire. I want to talk about beards.
I like beards. Some of my best friends have beards.
So now, of the Sanford three, Dustin's the only non-beardman with me. That's good.
Dom is a strong stubble beard. And
Paul's a full-on.
Man, mine is so much tinier than it used to be. That's just barely.
But it's good.
Yeah, but it's my weekend right here. This is my weekend.
And then you shave down.
And then I'll get like 2 weeks and then right back.
You don't roll a full beard.
This is the George Michael look. He's rocking the George Michael.
Of course I am.
I like that.
Look at my shorts.
Yeah.
And so
I like that.
My whole life,
gotta have faith.
I had to wear short underwear for this.
I've been waiting to grow a beard. I thought to myself,
that ain't happening, dude.
No, I know. Well, I didn't realize.
We found something out today.
Everybody kept telling me when you get older, like out of your 20s, you start, and I realized I finally gave up hope when I started just growing gray side. Like the beard that I have is gray, and I'm like, well, it ain't never coming. Like I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
It's more blonde than gray.
No, but there's certain. Basically, what I mean is, like, I was waiting, like, maybe in my 30s, I'll be a grown up enough that a beard will come.
You're almost 40 now.
I know. Well, that's when
You're
I
like a teen waiting for pubes.
Yeah. It's on.
Then you got like ingrown hair. Come on, man. You're set. You don't have to shave all the time.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
People look like you're 21 the whole rest of your life.
But he looks super young. He doesn't.
The only way they can tell is by looking at your balls.
These beardos, they say, "Oh, you got it good. You don't have to shave. It's such a pain in the ass." But I don't look like a man. Dom, Paul. Like Paul, when you see Paul,
he's a man.
That's a man.
It's like right now I can look a golfing man, a fishing man,
like
a stone.
He earns respect. I'm scared of him, even though Paul's the nicest gentleman.
They all look like men.
Yeah. Except for Dustin. Me and Dustin.
The mustache is hot right now.
Tom, you look like a man. You just don't look like you can skin a deer.
Just the mustache. You're like a porn director, pedophile.
You look like,
oh my god,
you're like for like a year.
Cop.
No. Paul's a man porn director man.
Like Sanford Roger Waters.
Sanford Roger
like
Waters.
Eating a dog turd, pink flamingo vibe. Weirdo.
You can get some of that tattoo beard, bro.
Well,
I told him.
I'm glad
get
you
the
mentioned
dots.
that.
I got a couple Latin buddies. They get the dots on their head, and it makes it look like they have a perfect fade.
Just like that.
I'm not getting the dots.
Get the dots. You got to get the dots.
I'm not getting
every
the
time
line.
you want to shave, you have to go get the
a few more dots.
I'm not getting the dots. But
all you got to do to make it look fresh is slap your cheeks.
Listen, I gave up. I was like, listen, not everybody's cut out to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes my sons will grow up. They be like, my dad wasn't a man. He's just weak. Go get the spoon.
They're going to be the same though.
They're
not going to be able to grow a beard.
I don't know, but some of my family, my wife's side, full beard, nice beard.
Yeah,
like
the women too.
Do they have like light blonde hair like your little boys do?
They did when they were younger.
Oh, okay.
It's genetics.
Away. The blonde,
I think my 4-year-old is already outgrowing me. Absolutely.
Like
just
the
some
blonde
random
can stay or leave you. And in my case, I had hair just like Tommy and Max, and now I got dishwater brown.
Yeah.
So I got something that'll alarm you a little bit.
Wow.
I have a 4-year-old son. He's got back and shoulder hair.
He's a real man. He's already more of a man
I'll send
than
you
I
a
am.
picture if you think.
No, I believe you. I believe you. He can push me down.
It's like, bro, like what's going on with you? Like,
Teen Wolf or something?
Your son.
He grounded me after that.
Your son could definitely beat up both my sons at the same time. They're weak. So, like, maybe Max could give him a go, but Tommy pushes it, knock his glasses off.
No.
What do you do? You're born with what you got.
You are. You're born with what you got.
I found something out. BDM has given me hope, and I want to run it by you guys. And Dustin especially. Because
maybe a whole lunch break looking up this stuff.
Yeah, if I were going to run something by some guys, these would be the three guys I pick.
It's the Sanford 3.
Yeah, the Sanford 3 would be my think tank.
I feel like we're on trial now.
No, just wait.
Again, Hurricane Party this Saturday.
Yeah.
Drink at West
Get
End.
the plug-in.
Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get them at West End.
All day. Get the VIP pass. Don't cheap out.
Drink at westend.com.
If you see me on Saturday, come up to me. I'll buy you a drink.
Password is beard.
Yeah. You'll be afraid because it'll look scary.
End of the supervillain set too, so he's going to
look
be there
for the
all
small
night.
child using a weight bench next to Paul. His son's over there pumping iron.
Paul's son's going to be security at West End, bouncing me.
He's already watching the bar while they're here.
I like when the security guards throw people out like the old school by their pants.
Yeah.
That's and they actually hit the street.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Anyway,
tell him what you found out.
so a BDM emailed me and he's like, hey, Tom, I used to have the same problem you did. I couldn't grow a beard. It was like
patchy.
It didn't even grow into my cheeks. It looked horrible until I found this Reddit page. And all these people got together that had the same problem globally and figured out that if you use this chemical called, what is it called?
Monoxidil?
That's close. Minoxidil?
Yeah.
Minoxidil.
It's the chemical found in Rogaine and all these other stimulating.
It's the generic Rogaine, basically.
Yeah, generic Rogaine that stimulates hair growth.
Okay.
But instead of using it on their hair, they'd use it on their cheeks.
Yeah, put it on their cheeks.
And on their beard, on their face, twice a week, or twice a day, sorry. And they
He's
show.
going to mess it up.
You just do it in the morning when you're having a bagel.
So how
and then
patchy is your beard?
It's pretty bad.
It's bad.
It just grows on the jawline and the neck like a white trash.
He can do like
you know guys with rosy red cheeks and they're white trash. That's me. And they have that weird thing. They have
a great description.
they have scraggly, it's gross looking beard.
Generic
and
cigarette hanging out of the lip.
Yeah. Joe Dirt style, and that's what happens. I tried to grow a beard.
Carnival worker. It's just new metal band bass player. Like if he's in a new metal band, he's got the kind of the West Borlandy
Hooters wing cook.
Yeah, but then you'd have to grow it long and shave underneath.
Yeah.
Put it in a ponytail.
But amateur drywall.
Yeah.
You guys
got it. Now
you guys are kind of describing me in the 90s.
Yeah. But somebody that works at Little 500 go-kart track.
Sounds like fun.
So
Armenia or
it's
something?
like a neck beard, like Matthew Stafford has. It's like a neck beard.
A throat tee.
Yeah. It's gross.
Throat tea sounds gross.
So yucky, man.
So this guy,
I've never heard that.
This BDM sent me before and after pics, and he's got a full beard now, and he's like, it worked for me.
Rubbing this cream
after a year.
It's a foam, right? It's a spermicidal foam.
You can get a foam
or dropper,
or the dropper, or apparently they have an oral tablet now. I was going to tell you about
What about
that.
a patch? You need to put 2 Band-Aids on your cheeks.
Yeah, but the oral tablet, it feels like that would stimulate hair growth all over, right?
I would assume so.
Or
just need it on my
inside,
cheeks.
just in your throat. You get a hairy throat. You stick the clippers down in there so you can get a nugget down
Anyway, then we went through the Reddit page. Samantha did some research, and she's like...
We watched videos.
Yeah.
We saw 2 twins do it where one did it and one didn't do it.
Getting massive gains,
So
bro.
they had a control. And then you saw one guy got it. Like
You guys are using the internet all wrong.
Well, I use it for porno and drugs. I do it for other stuff.
Yeah.
The
If you're
good
going to
stuff.
do it, do it scientifically.
doing it. I
Do
mean,
a
growing
1 month
hair.
without, and then shave it off and do 1 month with and see what the difference is.
Well, also do it on your forehead. See how it really works.
True. I'm going to do it coming out of my tiny shorts so I have a monkey tail in the front.
So
curls down my thigh.
I asked the same questions you had, because at first I'm skeptical of everything. And the internet, it's
Why
like...
did it take a Reddit page to figure out that, there's already a product that grows hair?
That's what I'm wondering. And also,
big hair doesn't want you to know that.
Just got to pause here. Ghost of Newt Bowl in the Twitch chat says, I'm happy Tom replied to my email. I never got a prize for buying a house, but he did reply quick as hell when I said I had a way to grow a beard.
Oh, this is
It's Ghost.
No, I didn't know this was Ghost in the new
friend.
bowl.
That's not your friend.
No,
he
he's
hates
my
you.
friend.
No, he's my friend.
So I actually sent him an email back. I wanted him to get on the show because I'm skeptical of all this, that it can be this easy.
He's a smart guy.
Is Manute Bowl dead?
I believe so. Yeah. Manute Bol is dead. I'm sorry. I was sad too. I asked the same question because it seems like a disrespectful name. I don't believe it is. I think it's in tribute.
Yeah,
No, I'm
2010.
really curious on that.
Super tall people. They got big hearts.
Yeah, they do. And that doesn't mean generosity. It means like they're literally going to die.
Yeah. The size of the actual organ.
It's like Great Danes.
Something wrong. Like, oh my God, he looks like Jack Skeleton. It's like he's got a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. It's like, why is he so tall? It's like, he's got a problem. Something's wrong. He's not going to live long.
There was a basketball player. Remember, I met a basketball player, a really ultra tall person, and remember,
and you bullied him.
Yeah, I did. I bullied him. He sat in my seat at effing Wing House.
And you're like, get out of my seat.
And I have I don't care who you are, but don't be disrespectful to me. And I go, hey. I was like, you can get the hell out. I told you. He's like Eastern Bloc. Big Eastern Bloc basketball player. This was only little land. Like that. I'm like, get the hell out of here, man.
Here's how you can tell, like, they're like 38 years old. They're still,
and he died.
They're still growing. And you're like, bro, you should not still be growing. You got a problem. Like, why are you still... You're growing to 7'3"? Like, no, your heart.
And so the guy died, like really early on. Like he should have lived to be like 50. I don't think he made it.
Yeah, probably not.
No, he didn't.
I'm sorry.
But I'm like a little dog because I will get, now as I age, I'll get heavier and I'll acquire more lumpy warts on my body, just like little dogs do. But I will also live to be, I don't know, in upwards of 116, 117 years old.
I'm glad we all agreed to get high before.
I'm not even high. I wish I was.
You guys, you're in laugh hell. And what are you even talking about?
That's our show, Dom. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm wearing freaking booty shorts.
I don't know why you did it.
This is nuts. I didn't sign up for this morning.
You tried too hard, Dom. Usually, I was expecting.
Hey, I am a go-getter. I'm outgoing.
That is the most effort I've seen you put into anything you've ever done in
my life.
I was very impressed. Give him a prize.
I know. I should.
I mean, Dom's got nice legs.
Yeah,
he does.
He actually,
You're fit.
You looked for shorts for a bit on the show.
That's more than I would do for the show.
And then you spent all day yesterday. You found some shorts. You wore them under your regular shorts all the way here, waiting to run out and do the.
No, I had to go throw them on in there.
Yeah, no, I know.
I waited for you to introduce the show. I wanted to get the reaction on the show. I didn't want to walk in here.
I think this is the point where we should pressure him into wearing this on Saturday all day.
On stage.
Yeah.
It's my birthday, so I do whatever I want. I think
not that you should wear shorts. It's better for drumming, right?
More mobility, yeah.
Things, his legs are out and they can look through them.
Whiteys.
But no, you can wear.
Actually, don't you wear jeans when you drum?
No, I just wear regular normal shorts.
Yeah, like board shorts.
Yeah, but they're longer.
Why are you looking at my attire, Paul?
Why are your shorts so long?
I thought you told me once that you wore jeans for a reason. Why you?
No. Actually, if you wear pants when you play drums, your pant legs get caught up in the.
Maybe you
pedal.
told me you didn't wear pants.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you got to wear. You got to wear shorts.
Oh,
man.
it was because it was it's January because it was cold outside. And when you played the fishing tournament, I asked you why you were wearing shorts because you said you were cold. And
Exactly, because it was like 30 degrees outside.
Hold on, can you? This is a great bit. Let's rewind.
Why Thomas wears shorts?
Well, we're telling you about drums and shorts, and God, it's freezing in here.
It is cold in here. Yeah, it is. That's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt and pants.
Dom, is there any shortcuts you see? Like, are there people like drummers, new drummers nowadays, taking shortcuts to learn that you like? Okay, because it seems like as things like technology makes it easier, right? So it's like instead of doing it the harder way, you have technology to help you out. Use
all
that
types of stuff.
So are drummers now in bands? They're like taking shortcuts using technology, maybe like some sort of. I guess
it's all in editing, and then it's a lot of stuff. Man, a lot of people don't even use real drums anymore.
They use like triggers and stuff, right? And
so you don't
just
even
hit a beat and let it roll and kind of tap along to it.
Just a million different ways you can do it now, just like that. Or you could literally have like triggers on all your drums, so when you hit the drum, it sounds the exact same every single time.
Oh, really?
I mean, and then you could go through, just like you do with your show, you can go through an editing and you can move that snare drum over just a D hair. You can,
in post production, right? So,
yeah. Is that a technical drumming term?
A D hair, yeah.
Because I'm not sure if I could.
There's in hair, D hair, C hair. Yeah, C hair's to me is the closest.
That's
no
the one
coming
that
back
always
from
gets
that
caught
one.
in your mouth.
Yeah. All right.
Had one of those. Made that joke the other night. I made that
Tom's
joke the other night.
dancing too close.
I was talking about the word, you guys.
That joke does not go over well when you're performing the joke.
You're right. No.
Hurricane Party. 6 stages.
There it is.
Get your tickets pre-sale, $20. That's the easiest way to do it.
There's some VIPs left. That's only online.
Okay.
There's maybe like 40 or 50 left, so grab them while they're there.
And what do you get for VIP?
So you get the T-shirt, you get a little meet and greet with some of the bands.
I won't be wearing the shorts, but you can meet me.
All right.
Tiny shorts.
You also get a gift bag from the Helping Friendly Hemp Company.
Oh, yeah.
which
Big
comes
up
with,
the Helping Friendly.
Some CBD pre-roll.
Oh, man.
Nice. Now
The
we're
Helping
talking.
Friendly. They're
coupons.
one of the Supervillains' newest sponsors, and they are super, super dope guys.
Very cool.
Yeah, they are the presenting sponsor for Hurricane Party this year as well.
I love it. Awesome, guys.
Very nice guys.
Again, drink at westend.com for tickets. You can find them on Facebook. Just search Hurricane Party. It's up there. Guys, Sanford 3, we appreciate you coming
so much.
by.
It's always a pleasure seeing you guys.
Paul, I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to go for the beard. I'm going to rub the foam on my cheeks.
You're going to foam your cheeks,
and
bro?
then in 1 year, when we promote the next Hurricane Party, it would be
look like Grizzly Adams.
We'll have a reveal.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get him up on stage.
Do you think
It's going to look like Teen Wolf this time next year?
Do that twice a day?
He's going to get addicted to it.
And then there's
Because
like
that would keep me from doing it.
there's
My fiance watching me put
sheet?
Rogaine on my face twice a day.
I'll hide it from my wife like everything else. They don't like my weed drawer and all the stuff. She's like, how much do you take? I'm like, just CBD at night to sleep.
Oh, that minoxidil's got me going crazy.
I'm like, the CBD works wonders for anxiety.
Could you play a prank on people? Like, could I start rubbing it on my wife as she sleeps? And
just get like a one circular patch like right on her butt
as she's sleeping, and then I just go like right in the center of her head. I just rub a one circle, and I do it for 20 years.
That's why I'm skeptical, because I feel like somebody would have done this already as a prank.
Like a long con.
I went to Mexico once, and my buddies drew a wiener on my back when I was passed out on the beach.
Yeah, that's easy.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. We still do that.
That's a classic.
Is wiener okay?
Yeah.
Wiener's fine. Don't ask her. She's a wiener machine.
Better than ever. Anyway, all right, guys. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more Corporate Time.
So, how much money is Carrot Top worth?
$70 million.
$70 million. And he's worth every penny, and good for him.
I saw him twice in the past month.
I'm putting it into the universe. We like Carrot Top a lot. We interviewed him in Las Vegas. And I'm just throwing it into the universe. He's been in town. He pops here every weekend.
He's driving his scooter. He lives down the street.
I know.
We can get him in here.
We got to get him in here. But I
don't think he can. Why would he come in here? For what?
Okay, the reason
to promote himself? He's rich. He doesn't need nothing.
We have a guest on the line. We'll get to our guest on the line.
The Barry Joe can wait.
Yeah, DeBarry Joe can wait for Las Vegas Top.
Yeah.
So to me, I have a theory that people have been so mean in the media and just unfairly rude to Carrot Top that you don't really. He doesn't do. There was a time. There was a time when he would just pop by the radio station when he was in town, and this is when he still was famous, not quite as big as he is now.
Yeah,
and maybe younger. Maybe
that was a different time.
It was a different. I don't know, but it just felt like. It feels to me like people have been mean to him, and he's like, well, screw that. I'm killing it, so I'm just going to pull back from being as accessible as I was.
But also, what is it? What's in it for him?
Nothing.
There's nothing in it for him to do any media.
No.
Who cares? It's his own media.
It would be selfish. It's for us. It's for me. It's what I want.
I don't it would
follow him on Instagram.
It would just.
I do.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to do any press.
Carrot Top doing our show would literally just be charity for us.
Yeah.
Like if he wanted to, why would he do it?
I don't even want it to do that. I mean, selfishly, to me, it's just I think it'd be interesting to sit, just talk about, why he continues to love Orlando seemingly and.
Yeah. But why would he do it?
There's very few people I know of that I think love Orlando as much as that guy.
If he did do an interview with us, I'd be mad at him.
Okay, I like where you're going.
I'd be like, why are you doing this?
Get out of here. You know what? Get out of here. I don't even want to talk to you.
You don't need this. You're rich.
You're bigger than
Enjoy your life.
Or
do whatever you want.
You'd be like, what are you doing here? It'd be like that.
Like, why are you helping us?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Now, there are people that being on this particular show would be a very big deal. One of those people is on the line with us right now.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, DeBerry Joe.
How you doing, DeBerry Joe?
Hey, guys, I'm doing all right. How are y'all?
Well, first of all, we're just glad you're okay because you're a loose cannon vigilante.
So, okay, let's talk about this. So,
explain what happened, Tom.
You're a BDM, and we saw your video, which was it on your Ring security camera?
Yeah, all low, but yeah, pretty much.
So, it looked like you were outside in your front yard. By your car.
Well, he was doing the move that I used to do in Deltona.
Yeah.
I would stand out in my driveway in a pair of oversized basketball shorts.
Yes, shirtless.
Shirtless, on my phone, normally yelling at probably some girl I was pumping.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And surveying my Kingdom of S. I almost cursed there because it just felt too natural. But surveying my Kingdom of S. And I would stand and look at it and smoke.
Smoking in the front.
And I'd be a little nosy. I'd see, like, oh, that lady's down there doing that. Those kids are down there riding their bikes. This guy's doing that. That guy's out there washing his tarps.
No offense to Barry Joe, but rich people smoke in the back. Anyway, so you're out there. Explain what you were doing. Were you smoking? Were you looking?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had been up, it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't sleep well, so I moved over to our spare room, and that's when I heard tires, like, squealing down the road from me. And people like to race up and down my road pretty frequently.
Yeah.
It's residential, but, people don't treat it that way. But I heard the tires screeching, so I looked out the window just in time to see this car come oversteering through my little freeway intersection, and they bounced from the easement of the road into my neighbor's yard, and then bounced all the way into their hedges and rammed the front of their house.
Oh, my God.
And so that's why I ran outside. I hate to spoil the mystique.
Hold on. DeBerry Joe, you have the worst cell phone in the world.
It's just abrasive. Every word he says is like being punched in the face. It's like, cha, cha, cha. Like, every word you say is like a karate chop.
Yeah. It's over-modulated. You just spill some sauce.
What do you got in there? Fire sauce? It sounds like you got some fire sauce in your Nokia.
Is this getting better?
Yeah, that's better, but it's a little muffled now. Okay. Now it sounds like you're inside the Taco Bell bag.
So you looked out your window and you saw some car out of control going down your street?
Yeah, well, I saw just enough for them, like, sliding and then bouncing across my neighbor's yard into the front of their house. Like right up by the front door. And so that's why I ran outside in my dad boxers, my poofy dad boxers, and I saw two people jump out first and they took off running without missing a beat. And I was like yelling at them like, hey, what the f***, sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We expected nothing less from you, DeBerry Joe.
Yeah.
We knew you were going to curse, and we wrote a note, pre-note, saying this guy is going to curse.
You're almost the triple threat of cell phone, cursed. I mean, right now, if you ask for a shout-out or shout out your baby mama, you win a prize.
So, DeBerry Joe, before we move forward, because I honestly... I don't know what happened. We saw you take off running after the teens,
the old teens.
Now,
were they young teens or old teens?
They were the three that I interacted with were probably 16 year-olds. They were,
mid-teens. I've never encountered a mid-teen before.
Okay, DeBerry Joe, before we talk about what happened when you caught up with them, I do want to ask you, I don't know if you heard on the show me asking the question, why'd you take off running after two strangers in the middle of the night running after a car? What was in it for you?
We thought you were a chopper. We thought
that... Yeah, it's Chopper. I couldn't help myself.
I appreciate your honesty.
You be a hero.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty.
So it's not like they ran into someone hurting them and they were trying to flee the scene of an accident. It literally by themselves. There was no other victims in this crime. They just took off running to you. that didn't involve you or your property or anything. You weren't trying to save anybody or you weren't trying to stop them.
Did you even know what you were running for? Or like toward? like what? Like where did you go?
I was making a plan as I was running.
Okay.
Oh, that's
again, I appreciate your honesty. Hold on.
Choppers make their best plans running.
This guy's level of honesty, and I'm feeling generous today, but he deserves a prize.
He does.
Thank you for being so honest with us, because most choppers, like a Butler is the only chopper we really interact with day in and day out, and he lies compulsively. He is the least.
Everything
I'm saying this to our clients that he interacts with. He is a goddamn liar.
You know what?
I made him laugh. Okay, good.
DeBerry Joe.
I don't want to make him sad.
I'm going to give DeBerry Joe a White Claw tube.
I still haven't got one.
I don't have one either, but he needs one so he can have some drinks while he's running.
I'll chase some teens.
In fact,
I bet you will.
Anytime DeBerry Joe leaves his house, he fills it with a White Claw like a quiver of arrows.
Patrol. He's going on patrol.
And then you go on patrol and you start running and then making plans.
I fill up my 1 gallon Yeti. I'm in lawn care, so I got to keep it, on the down low.
Oh, he'll be perfect for the tube, dude.
Yes.
If you're in lawn care, all the guys will laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got a White Claw D. All right.
Yeah. So okay, let's start from here. You take off running because this is what we saw in the video on the BDM page. Again, if you want to become a BDM, sign up at TomandDan.com.
Ooh, that's the first time we've said that in 10 years.
If you want to be on the BDM page, go on the app and click join the page, and then Tony will let you in.
It really helps us out, and he will let you in eventually.
Let's look at it. Asses on there. I got a whole OnlyFans new business plan. I'll tell you about
for
later.
us or
for the BDM, the girls of the BDM page.
You've missed that boat. I told you. They've already made their own. They're not going to give you a cut of it.
They made their own?
Yeah.
Well, where is it? I was looking for it last night.
Oh my god.
My God.
Anyway, sorry.
I got into a Dare Taylor hole. And, and let's just say I got into a Dare Taylor hole.
She's on the OnlyFans account, and I'm like, how'd she end up? I did not sign up.
Who's on the OnlyFans account?
Dare Taylor.
I think Dan signed up.
No, I didn't sign up for her.
Butler signed up.
Did Butler sign up? Because
you got to take away his company card then. DeBerry Joe, I'm sorry. We have to straighten out Butler real fast. You might be the new Butler.
You need a job?
Yeah.
DeBerry Joe?
Yeah. Will you charge our card?
I am working out of my own truck right now, so...
All right.
Will you charge my company card to OnlyFans without telling me and not share the photos?
Well, oddly enough, all you need is a truck for the show. That's the only qualification. Do you have a locksmith truck?
Let me see your resume.
That's all you need.
Locksmith truck. All right. Well, we'll be in touch.
Can you drive us around to do podcasts?
Can you crash into a handicap van at Fun Spot
after a business meeting?
And then lie about leaving a note on the poor handicapped person's windshield? Yeah, let's talk about that.
Sorry, okay.
Let's blow the lid off of the crimes from 2019.
That was 2018, I think.
That was 2018? Oh, my God.
Oh, was it 2019? Yeah, it was 2019. Sorry.
When was the show when Mike Busey broke up the turds with the coat hanger? When was that show?
That was pandemic.
That's the way I tell time now. I have to ask my wife. I'm like, when was the show that Mike Busey chopped the turds with the coat hanger? And she's like, well, that was 2018.
So DeBerry Joe, so you take off running from the front of your house after these two strangers you see from far away,
mid-teens,
by the way.
Mid-teens go running down the street.
Like, you didn't know they were teens at the time when you took off running after them, right?
I could kind of tell because they yelled at me to go back inside because I yelled, "Are you okay?" And they said, "Go back inside."
They're telling you to go back inside.
Well, hold on. That's a good clue because I think that would add to you running towards them because it's like, did they say it like, "Go back inside, old man"?
Right.
Was it like that? Yeah. Okay. So okay. All right. Yeah. I think I would actually put my head in the ring for running towards them too had they said that to me.
And so.
Write this down. DeBerry Joe, Cotton Eye Joe remix.
DeBerry Joe. Get those teens, don't you know? Get those teens, 15-year-old. They're mid-teens, so it's okay.
So, what happens now? You take off running. Do you catch up with them fast? You run fast, by the way. My God, it must be the lawn care exercise.
I took off running barefoot in my boxers and saw that they were there was a girl and a boy. They were both in basketball shorts. of course. So
you guys had a team.
You're like, I'm going to tackle the girl.
Well, no,
I've been training for this my whole life at every band's Warped Tour. Tackle the teen girl and grab me.
God.
And get grabby.
It's my only opportunity.
I've been training for this.
Oh, I'm sorry, DeBerry Joe.
But I told myself, they're young, don't touch them. That's the whole law thing I don't want to get into.
Good man.
I'll just run up on them and hopefully they'll stop.
Yeah, don't touch anybody.
So, well, hold on.
Brother,
they could be criminals. I think you could touch a would-be teen criminal, right? I mean, not inappropriate.
You smooth criminal?
A smooth criminal. They call them smooth criminals.
Michael Jackson.
You know what? There's a lot of smoking guns there.
I had 911 on the phone, and my younger brother was waking up. So I figured if I needed to, I could just chase him until the authorities showed up. I was just really not trying to touch him.
Stamina,
you were in it. My God.
So
you're like
based on the basketball shorts, I assumed no gun.
You're like a Rob Dyrdek Usain Bolt.
Now I'm quite familiar with DeBerry, and DeBerry and Deltona are. DeBerry likes to think it's better than Deltona. And hold on, DeBerry Joe. I used to go to DeBerry when I lived in Deltona, and I look around. I'm like, these people think they're better than me.
They do. The only difference,
but they're not. It's the same thing. It's right next door. The same endless community built on a garbage dump.
Yeah. The only difference is I believe DeBerry has one old man diner.
Yeah.
They have like a diner.
Yeah. We have nothing.
Yeah. Deltona has. I don't know, but man.
There's no Delta. Yeah. Like DeBerry has.
They had a Zaxby's, but I think they burned it to the ground. During the Great Riots. When were the Great Deltona Riots?
Oh, 2009.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That was when the height of
the mass exodus. Yeah.
So, did you actually catch up with them, DeBerry Joe?
Yeah. They didn't make it. The two of them.
They didn't make it. Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
They didn't make it very far. They didn't make it very far. They seemed like they may have been up front, and they took the brunt of the impact. So they were kind of discombobulated. And not moving too quick. The young boy turned around. He was leaving his girlfriend in the dust and said, "What are you going to touch my girlfriend, bro?"
I like that he was defending her honor.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what?
Don't touch her.
Don't touch her, bro. What are you, some kind of one of those basketball short wearing, smoking in your driveway, Deltona pedophiles? Gonna try and chase my girlfriend?
And then what did you say to them? Like, what was the interaction?
At that point, I just told them to stop, and the police were coming. And by about that point, there were red and blue lights coming around the corner.
Damn,
so
they're
they
fast
kind of
knew.
Well, everyone's like
okay.
Well, they're all Deltona cops that live in
County.
And then when I lived in Deltona, there was a lot of patrol cars and driveways.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the cops and criminals live here.
Yeah, they were all there.
It's a weird place.
It's very much like that scene, Wile E. Coyote, like, good morning, Stan. Good morning, Greg. And you punch in. You're friends at night.
I'm like, the police. Everyone, what?
Yeah, when the sun goes down, it's like when you'd see German soldiers and American soldiers on Christmas night singing carols in there. Everybody comes together in the foxholes. They're singing carols on Christmas night.
So did you have to restrain any of them, or did they just stop when you told them, like, hey, their cops are coming, like they just stopped running?
They just stopped. My brother was shortly behind me. He stood with them while I tried to go turn the car off. And, yeah, there was 5 police cars within 10 minutes at the property. And then one of the other guys came walking back that ran off before and gave himself up. I never saw the 4th individual.
So, a thing that I'm always disappointed with, and tell me if you were disappointed, DeBerry Joe, did you try to tell the cops what you did and they don't give an F?
Yeah. I ran after her. I was on the phone with my mom.
Get out, sir. Get back in your house.
Right. They don't even want to hear you say your brave tale.
Yeah, they treat you like a criminal.
And you're like,
they're
wait,
treating everybody
get the hell
like
out of here.
Get out of here, sir.
I was on the phone with my mom, and I just lit up a cigarette, and I just started chasing after him. I dropped my phone about, 15, 16 feet back there.
Did you tell them, DeBerry Joe?
I tried. I got a little bit out, but they weren't.
Yeah, they're not having it. Yeah, because they're there now. It's like when the FBI. It's like
the FBI does it to the local sheriff.
We all take it from here.
This is our jurisdiction now.
Yeah.
It's a little above your pay grade.
They talk down to you. So what happened? Like, did they steal the car? Were they out for a joyride, or was it their parents' car? What was it?
I never got an update. I stood out and watched the festivities for probably 45 minutes, but they never came back and gave me an update at all. I really would have liked that.
You are, I believe you are, you deserve that. And I believe we will fight for that. In fact, I would like to get Mo on the phone, and we're going to, you know what? And I think you deserve to be brought up in front of other cops and them have pin the tiny badge on you.
The Barry.
They do it for dogs that do things. Like a dog will bark at a lady because she fell out of her bed. And the dog barked and let the mailman know that she was hurt.
What if you could be in the DeBerry Christmas parade, which I've been to?
What if you were the Grand Marshal? What if you were the Grand Marshal?
And you're in boxers, no shirt. They're like, DeBerry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Marshal. The Grand Marshal of this year's DeBerry Christmas Parade is DeBerry Joe. His shorts provided by And One Basketball. No shirt, herringbone chain from Altamont Mall. Haircut, great clips.
Look how the announcer.
Well, because normally they go through, what are you wearing? They're like, what are you wearing, DeBerry Joe? And he's like, I'm wearing And One Basketball shorts and no shoes.
So, DeBerry Joe, I brought it up earlier, but you guys in DeBerry do think you're better than Deltonians.
They think they're better than Delandians.
Yeah.
Or Delandites. Rather.
Hold on. I always thought that it was Deland.
It is. DeBerry.
Well, no.
It goes DeLand, Orange City, DeBerry, Deltona. That's the order. There's no changing.
Okay, yeah.
It's DeLand, Orange City, DeBerry, Deltona.
Yeah. Then it resets at it when you get past the river.
Yeah.
So what do you think, DeBerry Joe?
Again, I'm not from DeBerry, Titusville, but we are better than
Titusville.
Tim. And my name's not Joe, it's Josh.
I know, Josh.
We knew.
Don't you listen to Joe? No, now you're a forever DeBerry Joe for me. I cannot get it out of my head.
Part of the R team.
Yeah, you're going to have to change your whole business name.
And we've already put you in the R team. Yeah. Remy's going to be emailing you. He emails me every day now. I screwed up.
I already have a prize coming to DeBerry.
DeBerry Joe, do you run your own lawn care business, or do you work for a guy that...
both, actually. I'm about 30 hours a week for myself and 20 for another small company here in town.
How easy is it to get clients, like new accounts? Do you have to, go out there and market yourself, or is it just like all your clients tell their friend?
Most of my clients that I pick up are from people seeing me at the same houses, the same day, at the same time, every week. My customers can set their clock by me, so that, around here, that's hard to come by. So, people like that.
Reliability. No, he's right.
And good-looking lawns, too.
Yeah, he's right. The reliability of the only lawn guy I had, I found just because he was at this one spot at 8 a.m., every other Wednesday, and my dad and I were talking about it. This is when my dad was still living, and my dad was like, "That's what you look for." And this is like a lesson he taught me. He's like, "You want that?" He's like, "That guy's always here. I always see him." He's like, "That should be your guy because he'll be as consistent with your yard."
Yeah. And I wonder, it seems like lawn care and pool care. There's a lot of people that do it themselves, or real small businesses, and it hasn't been taken over by any corporate entity, really. There's bigger ones, but for the most part, it seems like you got your guy, he's got his 30 accounts or whatever, and he, you kind of your own boss.
Grifton Jess's guy,
also in Titusville.
Yeah, he's a Titusville
and maybe equipment is cheap enough for the business to sustain itself.
That's the thing I don't understand. Lawn care equipment is stupid expensive.
Yeah,
the good stuff is it's like I know Buddies of mine.
The blades are like you have to if you're cutting that many lawns, like the blades and all the repairs.
Yeah, what's it like the upkeep on what kind of mower are you running?
Actually, I for now just on a push mower. I stay busy enough and make enough money with that. I do mostly houses near the golf courses, so the old biddies they'll pay for the right work without a big Dixie chopper on their yard.
Right. Yeah, no,
because you're giving that little that because with a push mower you could be a lot more delicate than that gigantic 3-6.
That thing's crazy. It's got a 0-axis turning radius. Like the thing is like a spaceship.
My push mower has a 0-axis turn radius too.
You shut up.
Why are you trying to make me feel bad about my mower? I don't even have a mower anymore.
This
guy's a real dick. I'm kidding. I'm totally joking, man.
And that's probably what keeps. Dude, it is hot outside, man.
Yeah.
Like how.
Write that down.
It's about answer that. No, how in a month or so when it's molten hotter than the surface of the sun out, how bad is it?
Yeah, I hate that question because I love it. I'd rather that than even 65, 70 degrees. 95, I love it, man.
I like it hot too. Not quite that hot, but I do.
Yeah.
I'm one of those weirdos that is sitting in a pair. I'm going to be like one of those fat old men that only wears shorts, who never wears shirts, who's brown, looks like a human milk dud. And I'm going to be sitting outside, dripping with some sort of gold chains because that's what old Florida men do. And eventually all my hair will fall out. And I'm just going to look like a milk dud with elastic shorts on, brown, baking in the sun at all times. That'll be me.
I imagine though, if you keep it up with it's an insane amount of exercise. You're based on how fast you ran after those teens. You're doing pretty good.
Do you want to plug your lawn care company before we get out of here? Do you need any new clients?
Sure. If you, I could give my cell phone out, I guess.
But you don't have to.
No, give it out.
If you're in Titusville or Port St. John or Mims, you can give me a 321-537-9223.
There you go.
It's JK Lawns.
All right.
JK, just kidding, not cutting it.
How's Titusville doing, by the way? Last time I effed with Titusville, it's been a couple of years, and I always had the certain stereotype
with Titusville.
No. We throw Titusville champagne, the White Monster,
and White Monster energy.
And there was always a certain stigma that comes with Titusville and Buffalo. Is it have they progressed any further? How's it looking?
I've lived here for about 20 years. Titusville's fine. It really picked up when we got that brewery. We've got the brewery in nature.
Wow, my God, that's all you need. Yeah, seriously.
Also, with SpaceX and bringing jobs and stuff, that's got to affect the Titusville growth, right?
Yeah. But when you get growth, you get more crime too. So the crime's definitely picked up in the last few years. With you see a lot of younger people buying houses around, which is cool. But there's more kids crashing Camrys into houses.
Yeah. No,
you're good. You're good.
We had you for two. We're just waiting for the second one, and we're gonna let you go.
We knew.
All right, Josh. We'll take it easy, and we'll
send them a prize.
Yeah, we'll talk to you. Any Titusville questions or DeBerry questions? We'll call you.
You're now the mayor of DeBerry.
All right, that works for me.
All right, buddy. Be safe out there.
Dude.
See ya.